5 weeks, the anticipation has been building. We have an awesome day of Overwatch. It is playoff time. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go skip all this shit.
The San Francisco Shock are a team that's built around
Super and Sinatra, two very talented.
I guess I can't even do other VOD reviews with people until they fix the visor thing. So otherwise it's going to be impossible to do like the drawing with them. Rip Areno, dude. Okay, here we go.
Your map set presented by Toyota. It all starts on Nepal. Now remember, this is a first to 4 series.
Alright, starting at Nepal, boys.
We go until one of these teams has 4 maps under their belt. We head to Nepal first to our control.
Will you be able to draw on screen? No.
Yeah, the loser.
Right now, like, once visor comes back, then you can do live audio reviews, like how you draw on screen and stuff. But right now, I guess it's that site is taken down for some reason. I don't know what other software websites people use. That was like the only one. Have you seen this match? I watched some of it when I was getting like the end. But like, so here it's just I'm gonna be able to like explain like certain like strats and stuff so people can understand like what's going on and maybe like why and where they should be positioning and stuff. Nice. Goats versus goats. So pretty much probably for the first fight you're gonna see whoever wastes, if somebody wastes their bubble, because in goats versus goats you try and force out the Zarya bubble, or you're gonna look to engage with the bubble. So if Shock or Titans, whoever, if one of them misuses a bubble, then the next one's gonna be super punishable. So it really comes down to Minsu or Sinatra, whoever doesn't misuse their bubble here.
See the Reinhardt here, a bumper just trying to work his way onto the point. The Shock have the players there. First, they want to play
hello? Why is it frozen?
the position of the point.
Scuffed?
Broke it down. So, time to get this started late. This guy in your
okay, dude.
Right
there you
now.
go.
It's the way to play Overwatch. So you can see the Reinhardt here, a bumper just trying to work his way onto the point. The Shock have the players there. First, they want
What the heck? It's just it's just frozen anyways. Gave us the shit. Bumper's half now. Rascal's kind of pushing a little too far, but they did take point control here. So they say they used counter the bubbles. Now it's just coming down to whose shield's going to break first. So Super Raiders at shield ended up breaking first. Lost, so now Vancouver can just push up for free. Ooh, counter grab. They're already down, but I don't know if that was... I can't even go back like 3 seconds. This is going to be hard. For here, Sinatra builds up his grab. They're down super, so the main thing that... I think this was a misplay by Sinatra, because you're already down 1, team is low. You're gonna get the grab, but then what follow-up do you actually have? Because you have to try and get through bumper shield and everything. So the way you pair off, grabs, you can do grab, bombs or whatever if the Ryan's dead. So Vancouver could use, like, they're okay to use their grab because they have no, like, Shock has nothing really stopping the damage from coming in, but Shock really has no follow-up here. So Sinatra grabs the Diva, maybe try to get the D-Mech or whatever, but Bumper's here with his shield and everything, so I don't know. I think if they would have waited to recontest when Super gets back, then they get, like, the free grab, and Troy's coming up on his bomb as well. So I think this is a misuse of an ult because he doesn't really get any value because they're just going to counter it. They have no shield. And then now they, Shock just invested 2 ults when they could have just, now their ult economy is down, and in Koth, ult economy is huge.
But when Super's Reinhardt shield gets broken, that's the go sign for the Vancouver Titans. As soon as Reinhardt doesn't have that shield, You push right in around it. You see Slime here getting the follow-up kill, chasing Rascal back to the spawn.
That Reinhardt shield has 2,000 hit points, and you can see.
So let's see. So going into the next fight, Bumper has Shatter. They have Shatter, Trance, Bomb. Shock has not even close to Shatter, but they have Rally beat. So I could see them engaging with. They'll probably engage Rally. They'll maybe beat after, but they'll always start with a Rally engage. See if they can get something done. And Vancouver is probably gonna be looking for a Shatter play, because this is going to be like their win condition here. So they want to try and get the Shatter off so they can reset and recharge Grav again. So we can probably see Slime maybe do an aggressive like boot play. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes in like in their backline trying to boop Super out of the way, because they know that Super doesn't have his Shatter yet, so they can be as aggressive as they want and push past and try and get a Shatter off for free.
Hero has the ultimate ability. That'll be Rascal using his. That's going to be the rally to open things up.
There we go. Shattered on Sinatra. Super couldn't block it because he was put in the corner. Now Titans can just push up for free.
There's no chance for San Francisco to come back. They have to regroup.
And that's not a great fight for the San Francisco Shock. They end up having 2 of their support ultimates being used with the rally to engage.
Yep, rally beat, but couldn't follow up with anything. Now going to the next fight. They have Shock has gonna have the Shatter bomb combo, so you can see Troy, maybe throw the bomb behind Bumper. Then Super is gonna try and go in for, a Shatter something, because they have to win this fight. This is gonna be their last fight no matter what if they don't cap. So they'll probably play a little slow, build Super's ultimate, and then try and do a hard engage with these two, because then you try and build up Chance as well. So I don't see them trying to like hard engage off the bat. They need to try and wait for one or both of these before they actually do the engage. And then Vancouver, they're coming up on their Grav here, so they're probably just gonna rally engage. They have their support ults probably to honestly counter the Shatter. They're probably gonna beat the Shatter, Chance the Shatter, one of the two, but they're gonna be playing to build up their Grav here.
Vancouver Titans, you see all 3 of their supports, the Brigida, Lucio, and Zenyatta, have their support ultimates online.
And all of those ultimates involve healing and keeping your teammates alive, which is what the Titans need now to get to that 100%. They're at 70%.
So you can see that Shock is just playing like a little safe right now, trying to build up those ultimates while they're cutting back. So now they have Shatter. There's the Shatter goes out. They're probably... Oh, they didn't get any value, so they didn't put the bomb on top of it. See, what Shock should have done, it's like Super probably just went for, a Shadow play, try to like, make a play happen, but they could have coordinated, ults a little bit better, because this is going to be, their last fight. Maybe now they're waiting for a Grav bomb. If Troy uses his bomb now, before Sinatra builds his Grav and uses it, then it'll just a misuse of ults. They could have comboed at least, these 2 ultimates. You could actually went for like an easier, engage with, a boop or a Brig Stun or something. So we'll see. If they wait for the bomb and they do grab bomb combo, then perfect. If he ends up using it, then it's just kind of a wasted ult here. What heroes do you like to pick when your team doesn't pick a good comp? I mean, you just have to pick what benefits the comp. I don't know, like you have to pick different heroes every time. Like if you're running a quad DPS, then you're gonna be picking, a ball, and then quad deep, so you run like a Sombra, a Pharah, a Tracer or something. So it kind of just depends on what tanks you have, and you play around it that way. Do you try to bomb first to force shield and open up for Shatter? Yeah. So the way you do the Shatter bomb plays is you just throw the bomb, like, so it's, how they're playing super close here, right? So Troy would throw the bomb, either he'd go around to the side or whatever, or throw it through. So then they're forced to either be split and back up, because they know Bumper doesn't have Shatter yet. So they can throw the bomb in the middle, they're going to be split. And if they go to like the same side, like Bumper's gonna have to turn his shield, and that's when Super can get like the free Shatter in, because they're gonna be playing to try and block the bomb, and then that's when people are gonna be forced out of position. So either you can Shatter 1 or 2 people, or you get the Shatter on the Ryan, then he's dead. You just want to try and hard engage on me, or even go for a pin, because he can't counter pin. He has to try and just hold shield up. So
Titans really unperturbed at this point. Still want to push forward.
They need to watch out for the Matrix. So Troy use it. There's the engage, but Bumper gets the Pill and Rascal. That's huge. Now Sinatra comes. There's the grab bomb, so that's what they're playing for that. So that was good. That was a good combo there, at least. It's 3v3, but they don't have the. They have high charge Zarya, so she's really just gonna be able to melt everybody here. B comes out, but yeah, I don't think they're in Baby Diva. Yeah, I think on this point in Koth rounds, ult economy is super huge, and from the first fight when Shock invested their, Sinatra grab, they used trance and everything, that kind of threw their whole momentum off, and that's kind of what lost them this whole round, because then they were behind every single time. They didn't have their Shattered, they didn't have their grab, they didn't have any other combos altogether. So just from that one fight, that first fight where Sinatra used his grab, they lost their any chance to get momentum and stuff, because against good teams, your mistakes like that are going to cost you rounds.
Yeah, the big thing there is Sominsu on that Zarya able to keep that energy up the entire game. That average energy for that first round of 76%.
Yeah, right into round 2, Ana could sleep him, yeah. But in like these comps, you're not really running an Ana. It's just, like the Brig. You're probably going for like a Brig stun if that, because you're not really going to be running the Ana. Let's see, what's the next? If it's Monkey Goats, they're going to be playing up on this Mega side, and then it's going to see whoever can get to push up. Yeah, so they'll probably jump on top of this. There's like a little like pillar thing. Whichever team can get like, yeah, Bumper jumps across the side. They're going like that. It's actually pretty interesting. I never really thought of like the Monkey and the Diva going on this side. It kind of stops you from getting pushed off, and you have the Mega Control, because the reason why you go on this left side is so you can try and LOS all the damage from like Zen and stuff, because you have like the pillar. But I don't know, this could work. The only problem is now if Vancouver all goes together, they can probably push these two guys out really easily unless they use their movement to get out again. But if they do that, then they can just engage on to Violet from the main. So they could get pushed out here, but they do have the Mega Control. So because of that, force Bumper to get out. So that's actually a pretty good position spot. I never really thought of that, because it forces them to, they have Mega Control, so then they get that free health. And then in Monkey Goats, you're trying to force Winston, and since Bumper was used to jump out, Super did the engagement onto, trying to force him into the corner and got one of the supports. That's kind of what you do in like these Monkey Goat comps. You're not really gonna, you can try and burn out the Winston, but you're really just trying to kill one of the, the squishies and try and just cleave as much as possible. December Goats work if you play like that. Not really, because yeah, you might be able to get the Mega hacked, but then they're just gonna hard push onto you before you can get value. Like with Sombra, you're trying to just play for like the hacks and the EMP as fast as possible. So if the Sombra goes in there and they gets the hack packed, then they're just gonna hard and push onto you, and then Sombra's not gonna get enough value on that first fight because you're just gonna get bulldozed super fast. Sombra works if you can like, on King's Row, in like maps that are like super open and you can not take engagements. Like with Koth maps, you have to try and get to the point as fast as possible, and then in one fight, can turn the tide, and you're not gonna be able to EMP in that one fight.
These choke points, so they kind of want to let Vancouver come in a little bit, then let their Winston jump onto some of these squishy targets in the back.
Super's looking for supports in the backline, but Violet's found one already across the map, long range with Zenyatta. And that's huge. Just that one kill means the Titans have to pull out, but in doing so, they're going to get munched up.
Sinatra already has his grab, that's huge. And he's getting the spray.
Sinatra, his Zarya completely charged up, like we saw Sominsu in that first round. He's already got this Graviton Surge, that big Zarya ultimate decides a lot.
So Shock now has, honestly, they have a little bit of an ult advantage here since they won those first two fights. Super's getting his primal, Sinatra has grab, they have bomb as well, so we could see if they're playing it, if they play smart, they're going to wait for the engagement, right? Once Bumper uses his bubble, then they're just going to grab on top, maybe even throw the grab bomb, because then it's going to be free. They could just grab and, you know, damage too if they really wanted to, but I could see them, you know, pairing these two if they want, but they need to force Bumper's bubble before they do the grab. Otherwise, it's you can still block it with the bubble.
It really is game changing, or at least fight winning in many cases. And he's well ahead of Solmin Su in accruing that percentage.
Grabs everybody up, lumps them together, able to put down a ton of damage.
Yeah, also I think they're waiting for the Diva Bomb, so now Troy's going to be coming up, so now Sancho's probably going to look for the grab here when he can.
The shock to try and find them out in the open here, but they're a little bit split right now, and you can see across the face of the screen goes super to
So there's the grab, there's the Diva Bomb right on top of it. So that's a good combo just to take out Bumper there. Even if you kill one in like Monkey Ghost and stuff, it lets you keep the momentum going, and they have point control. So that's all they need is that one kill just to, you know, force them out.
They have to play a little bit passive. Don't want to lose anybody here. So you did lose your main tank. Is the shock already up to 75% here? You're looking at.
So this is gonna be a last fight. They have Diva Bomb, double support ults. Shock doesn't really have much. They have beat. So if they don't get, because they know Vancouver's gonna have to do like a hard aggressive play with Diva Bomb, you know, all these plays, I could see the Shock trying to just stall the point out to whatever 99 and not really try not to invest in these ultimates, and then just come back the next fight and then win it. So if they're gonna use the beat, then they should just, you know, use the beat after they've gone. If they can get a pick, if they don't get a pick, then they shouldn't invest it, because they don't have like a ult advantage here, because they should try and at least wait to counter, like, you know, one of like these support ults. Otherwise, just gonna lose an ult economy.
They do have two support ultimates to use, Slime and Twilight, and they'll be necessary to keep the Titans durable, as they are going to have to fight tooth and nail for control at this point. Bumper already takes a large amount of damage, as does Janu. So both tanks on the Titans already copying a bit of a beating. Slime now going to try and push in, displace people, and knock them off the edge of the point.
Yeah, so both of them have been invested. Moth had to use his beat, but they did get the pick on Bumper, so now they have no main tank. So I'm just getting his grab close. They don't have chance or beat for it. Didn't get any value from his grab, but, you know, zoning, I guess, zoned him enough off the point to where they couldn't do anything. So now Shock is just going to be able to clean this up pretty easily. So that was a pretty good round from Shock, just keeping like the momentum and stuff like in their favor. So on the first Koth round, Vancouver pretty much had, you know, ult advantage and everything for that whole time, and then on this round, Shock pretty much had it. It kind of comes down to whichever team. Usually, like, I want to say at least like 70% of the time, whoever wins first fights and costs and takes the point control usually ends up winning, because then it just comes down to like ult management. And then in Overwatch League, people are pretty good about being disciplined and like know when to use their ults, so then you don't like screw that up. Yo, what's up, Axel? How you doing, man?
Suffered many first map defeats, right? The Shock undefeated on this map. So to win this map, get an advantage here for the Shock, put the Titans on the back foot, would be massive. Bumper gets a Discord all placed on him early on. That's
so we can go to this fight, see how good their bubble usage and stuff is here. So this is a pretty good rotation by Vancouver, since when they pushed up, you want to try and, you know, take like point control or something, or point control like advantage, but the Shock got up there and were able to force Bumper out first, because he got discorded and took like a little bit of damage. So you don't really want to take the fight down in the middle again, because when you try and walk back up those front steps as like Ryan, it's really easy to do like just short pins, and it's kind of like when you try and take like a point, like let's say you're going like forward, right, and you can get shot from like, you know, all the different angles. So the reason why they go this side is because now they can take, like, it's like a front on front whatever fight again, and then their supports can, you you know, a pretty good cover and still have LOS of everything. So it's a good rotation by Vancouver just to make sure that they both have, they're on like an equal playing field.
Into a one-team fight. This is just like how the
Is there a big stream lag? Wait, is there? Oh, hopefully there's not a super lag. Hopefully, or maybe like refresh. I feel like there shouldn't be one. Yeah, sometimes I didn't see like the message. I think it's fine. Oh, okay.
The first point went though, where the Shock had position on the point, and they lost their Reinhardt here early. So see if they can adjust. Super playing around the pole. He gets a
Bumper's already half. They just still has bubble. So they had to use bubble early, and then since they used bubble early, Vancouver has to back out because now, you know, Bumper knows that since they used bubble early, there's no way they're going to be able to win in the final battle. So if Super was to push up, they're going to have the bubble advantage, and then they're going to just lose the fight anyway. So they're going to have to give up the point, but at least they can recontest afterwards once bubbles are both back up. That's why bubble usage for Zaryas and stuff is super important for main tanks and like trying to call for it and like not have it one, because like one wasted bubble just gets you pushed off the point.
This is huge, a big momentum swing against the Titans. The Shock now,
but they're still all alive, so
stood on their unfettered for long enough.
once they're waiting for their cooldowns and everything, you'll probably see Bumper push back up, and then
both teams going to get these Zenyatta ultimates online at about the same time. So you see at the top of the screen Twilight.
you can look to see if probably engage with Trance. Ooh, Violet didn't Trance fast enough. That's very unfortunate. Trance after Super was dead. Sancho grabs, trying to kill the Bumper, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to. Yeah, for this fight, I can see Sancho was trying to grab and kill Bumper like through it, but again, they were down. Like Super wasn't there to follow up, just like in the first Koth round. So he grabbed. They didn't use Diva Bomb combo, so I think it was like he has to know that there's not that much follow-up gonna be like into the grab. So yeah, you might be able to get the grab on somebody, but what's the point in wasting it when you can't combo anything? Because Super could, you know, if he was there, he could have got like, you know, the pin, he get the swings in. Bumper just has to hold the shield and he ended up getting healed through it. So I think this was another missed opportunity or like misuse of a grab when they had Bomb coming up so close, and they could have just comboed grab Bomb and then Super can pin him out and then they get the full team wipe. So that's probably going to hurt them in the long run, because now Vancouver's going to have like ult advantage. They both have their Shatter, you know, coming up. Super has to try and land like a Shatter with Diva Bomb or like a Boop Shatter or something, and now Vancouver is going to have their grab Bomb combo as well as their Shatter. Oh, that's a big slam. That's a good block by Super. That was huge.
Looked like they might have lost it there, but Super just saved their bacon. And they keep Sinatra alive through this.
That was massive.
You see at the top of the screen.
They both used a bunch of ultimates, and Super ended up, yeah, kind of carried that.
Teams hold on to these ultimates a little bit longer, right? Like they'll use them. When Super dies, they use the Graviton Surge right away. Sinatra tosses that in there. They're able to extend that fight. Super comes back. It's a huge.
So now they have their grab Diva Bomb combo up again. This is going to be the last fight for Vancouver. They can probably kite this back and like make this last fight once around like, you know, like 70-80%, and then use their grab bomb combo, but they have to get that off. Yeah. So now it's gonna be 80%. Now they can look for the grab bomb combo. So there's theirs off. There doesn't get any value since Vancouver pulled the. For Vancouver, since they were the ones that got the engagement off first, they could place the grab and the bomb like however they want, right? So Shock, they should have, since they got grab bombed first, they're at 85%, right? They can just go into the next fight, and they could have just got the. They could have just used their grab bomb combo to win, but instead they try to, you know, reactive do it at the same time. But the person who does it second is always gonna be like at the disadvantage, because you can't get the bomb placement where you want it to be because Diva can't move while she's in grab. So I think Shock, the little bit of misplay, they should have just Sinatra, they could have waited to the next fight, and then they just use it to win out the match. So not very good whenever you have this much of a like an ult percentage like bank. It's, you know, 85 to 0 by the time they cap, you know, it's 86, maybe 87. You should have just waited to use it on the next fight, because now they're going to be down on ult economy. They're going to be even, which values Titans now since they have the point cap.
Combo set up there from the Vancouver Titans. This Zarya Graviton Surge. Janu uses his D.Va self-destruct, launch that big bomb in there. Picks up 2. So now Vancouver has control of a point, starting from 0%. It's a big mountain to climb here.
So Jox does have, you know, coming up on Shatter and beat. Vancouver doesn't have anything, so we could probably see Super doing like a pretty aggressive Shatter because he knows Bumper doesn't have it.
One more fight would essentially give them the win on this map if they can win it.
They're trying to build some ultimates here.
Bumper. This is terrible, terrible, terrible positioning by Bumper. You know, they have to know that Super has Shatter, and he's playing on the opposite side of his teammates. So this goes into either Bumper not communicating which side his team wants to be on, or he didn't listen to like a call or something. Like something was a super disconnect, because that was just, you're letting your like your team, but you're letting your team like he's on the opposite side. You're letting your team like a wide open Shatter, and yeah, that's just really bad positioning by Bumper there. Like, you know, like in Ryan Goats, the Ryans always have to be meeting each other no matter like what. Like wherever their Ryan goes, the other Ryan needs to like meet them, especially when you know they have Shadow. Otherwise, you know, this is gonna happen. Your whole team freaking gets wiped, and now they can push up on it here, and this is what Shock needed. But they didn't have enough to actually follow up on any of the ults, so they got lucky that they weren't able to capitalize on anything. They probably should have done a little bit more of an aggressive play. Bumper goes down. Ult goes in. Yeah, now Snatcher can just look for a free grab here. Titans lose match because Bumper is telling me that was just bad positioning. Now they're coming up on their grab up or their D.Va bombs. So if I was Shock, I would wait, since you're getting close to the bomb. Sinatra should just wait to get the, you know, grab combo up, because they know that they only use B, so they have chance to live it. So they should wait for these two ultimates, pair them, and then you just win out the match. So we'll see if they wait for the bomb, but I think they should do it because they just got the D-Mech on D.Va, so now they have a free grab to do whatever they want. So they use the grab. They didn't wait for the bomb, so now the grab is not really useful at all. Traded the Ryans. Now D.Va comes out through the middle. So for that point, it went in the Shock's favor, because the Shock, Choi was able to use his bomb proactively, and Janu had to, right? Yeah, Janu had to use this. Oh, okay. Sinatra should have waited for the bomb anyways, okay, regardless. But since they both meted, and then we'll show it like here. So since Choi's gonna use his bomb here, and it's gonna so since he used his ult first, Janu got D-Mech'd, and he was forced to use his bomb off the point, which gets 0 value. So this was a good, you know, bomb placement by Choi, being able to, you know, zone off the point, got the D-Mech, and then now Janu can't just, you know, throw his bomb onto point and to try and, you know, get some picks. Like, you know, that's not going to get any value over there. So they could have, it would have been better for them to combo both of them, but they ended up getting, you know, value out of it. But still, Shock could have thrown it pretty hard by not comboing any of their ults together, or just waiting a couple seconds and talking about with their ults.
What an important way to begin this series. On a high note, no one really expected San Francisco to start this well. Some people thought they might be able to win the series, but this is how it all begins. And we'll see you on the other side of these messages for map 2.
Okay.
Momentum going.
They picked up, and now they
Are able to pick this map. They decide
Numbani.
available in stage 1 to go with Numbani. And Numbani, you know, it does offer the
need to drive it through, essentially. Not manually, but they need to be close to the payload and keep it moving.
and that's where the end goal
It's interesting to me that people go with the Rhine goats over the Winston goats for this, but since everybody just, you know, goes Rhine goats, then it makes it like even no matter what. But I guess it makes sense because the Winston patches and Winston buff isn't in. Now with the Winston buff where you do like you shred the armor or whatever, Winston is probably a little bit better for these high ground maps and stuff. But in this patch, Winston's still pretty ass, so I guess that makes sense why they do the Rhine goats, and they're just gonna they want to get high ground first. And the reason why you want to go from the high ground and not the low ground is because you need to be able to rotate, push off their Zen, because if their Zen's just going to be on high ground free shooting for the whole time, it's not the he's going to get the most value, and then your Zen's not going to get much value from the bottom. So you want to try and force them to get high grounds. And if Vancouver does a bad rotate and gets close to the edge, then Moth can just look for a free boop or something off the map if they try and rotate back out the other way. I wish they showed you the first fight how the bubbles worked, but they have to get in the high ground, so now they have the advantage here. Rascal got pretty low, so he's gonna have to back out and wait.
But now you're on the high ground. You have a very pretty perch. You have pole position. What is the plan from here? Looks like Super wants to transition to the
so here, so this is a good position by Super. You don't want to, as a main tank, you don't want to have to fight out in these like open spots where you want to try and use the payload as cover as much as possible, because then you don't waste your shield. So on a lot of the payload maps, when you're trying to push through, you're just using the back side of the payload as like a cover. So he pretty much just has like, free environmental cover. He can just crouch here and forces Vancouver have to go out of a in a bad spot just to actually get damage on a super, because they're gonna have to try and contest and break a shield. So they use bubble to engage. Snatcher matched. Oh, that was a big shadow by Super. Amazingly, they didn't have any follow-up.
Looks like Super wants to transition to the low ground first.
I don't see how they didn't get value out of that. Yeah, that was a huge fire strike that Super got. They were matched, and then one fire strike just changed the whole thing. Yeah. So again, Bumper's on the opposite side as his whole team. I guess they might have not known that. I mean, Bumper's at 74, so he has to know that they're in Rhine Goats, that Super's probably getting close to his shatter. But yeah, if I was Super here, I probably would, to get value and Briggs on the ground, you just shatter a couple, I would probably go for a pin here to get the kill on the Brig, but I guess he didn't want to be aggressive there because they weren't able to capitalize since they were so far back. So now Super has to be super careful, but Bumper's going to be having it shattered up. There's the trance, now Snatcher has the free grav. They're not close to the grav bomb yet, but both gravs went out. Bumper got the shatter, they need to follow up on the Zen first. Nice. No reason to have trance, so it's the easy kill.
Sinatra dies there, not all that Zarya damage to go into that Graviton Surge, as a lot of ultimates used here from both teams. at the beginning. The Shock,
Yeah.
they do make some progress. You see point A at the top of your screen.
Super does have another shatter again. They can look for the shatter bomb combo. They can look for a boop into the bomb, but they have to try and get value out of this shatter because he knows that Bumper, since Bumper just used the shatter, he can be aggressive as he wants, and so they can just try and they can probably just hard push in with, you know, speed and look for shatter here. Ooh, super dropping low though. So now they have to wait for Sinatra bubble before they can engage.
Keep an eye on Zaya. Late in the fight, she only gets stronger as her energy charges up. Late in the fight is when she really does it.
Bumper again dropping the opposite side as his teammate. He lets his team get shattered. Shocked is not. Super's getting a bunch of value on his shatters, but they're not actually being able to follow up on anything, which is very unfortunate. But Bumper needs to really work on letting his team know like where he's going to be playing, because if they actually have good focus fire, like, they should be getting value out of these. Now Bumper has his shatter to Super doesn't have one, so he can be as aggressive as he wants. Look, planet Japan with a Kelfree. Oh yeah. Oh, Bumper got knocked off. That's not good. Arthur should rotate to point now. Yeah.
Bumper playing back very passively here, which is uncharacteristic, but he needs to keep his team shielded up. Is playing close,
now there's the grab. Bumper goes for the pin. Yes, they have to try and look to break Super Shield. So this was actually a really good bomb by there. Let's go back. Oh shit. This is really annoying. So Super's gonna go, not Super. Sinatra's gonna use his grav, and then since with his Janu's bomb here, it makes it so the Shock actually can't get any value out of this, because Super can't go for the pin on the Bumper because the bomb's here. They have to shield it, and everyone else has to just be playing to not die to the Diva bomb. So either going behind car, yes, the Rascal has to just shield up here. Everyone else has a zone out, so it's like a really good zoning bomb. They end up using it at the same exact time, so I don't know if that was planned, but it ended up being a really good bomb by John here, because they can't follow up on anything. Because then Super has to try and go in early, or super late, lets his team get soul shattered. I don't know. I feel like there's so much opportunity wasted. Like everyone, Sinatra keeps using his grabs without actually having like follow up. Like he'll use it and then Choi's at like 90%, 95%. Maybe 80% or something. It's like Sinatra, if you could have just waited like 10 seconds, you have a free combo, and that's how you're going to win out the point. Because I don't know, I feel like there's a lot of missed opportunities with just using grab combo, because in goats versus goats it's hard to actually DPS through a grab unless they don't have trance or beat or something. So they should always be looking to, you know, combo these ultimates, especially since it's going to be, you know, like a one fight territory. They could have just used it to close out the match and actually cap the point. Because now they have no ultimates coming up here. It's going to be super dry. Yeah. Super got a good pin there. Now he's going to have shatter again. Shatter down. Didn't have any follow up though. And then now it's just, yeah. Shock did not combo their ults very well at all. And that's what happens. You need those ultimates to actually be able to get value, and that's, you know, comboing grab bombs together. You can look for bomb, like, you know, shatters. If you're going to get a shatter, then you let your team know so you actually can follow up, or, you know, after you shatter people on the ground, you can go for like a bubble pin or something. Just wide open for the pin. Yeah, I think he was just trying to, he was meeting super like to stop the point, and then he just didn't reactive hit his counter pin fast enough. Gifts it. No, he should have been on like backside of the payload, because he wants, like, he doesn't have to, they're the ones that have to force them to go to the point. So you didn't have to be out there in the open. There's something in your hair. Oh shit, it's like a spider, bro. Thanks 100 bits, Mr. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, it's going to be coming up Thursday, April 4th. We continue all the action right here at 4 PM PT. It's going to be great. I'm excited. But first we have...
So now they have to free to hold off on one... There's hair in your hair. 5 head. Oh shit. Fucking 5 head, dude. You have hair in your hair. Interesting. Push that big brain. That's why I have you guys around. So they're probably going to meet each other top high ground. Let's see how the bubble usage works out. They're probably going to use bubble. They have to use bubble on bumper to push out. That's what they look like they did. They countered their bubble just to hold close. So this is how you want to hold for when you're holding up clips, because super can get free cleave damage in, and when they try and push up, you can get like a fire strike and hit like 5 people. So you always want to try and hold this close. You don't want them to be able to push out. If you hold the backside here and you let them push out for free, then people start being able to get more value in like line of sights and stuff like that. If you force them to not be able to push through here, then it makes it so, you know, Twilight can't get any value. You know, Jono's forced to use Matrix, otherwise he's gonna get like a fire strike. Super can even go for like a short pin, like really close here. So if you hold close, they're forced to drop down, either drop down here or go through main, which looks like they're gonna try and go through main here. Oh, that's a pretty good debate. Big brain Vancouver. Now they're trying to push out fast here, but Super was able to get up fast enough.
You lose the ability to disengage here if you're the Vancouver Titans. You lose the Lucio speed boost.
So that was a good rotation by Vancouver, but Shock just was able to counter rotate like super good. So that was a good rotation by Shock.
So you're going to have to see the Shock invest some of these ultimates rather early, which allows the Titans to stockpile some of their ultimates. So you see Super already with that Earth Shatter online. You're getting close to a Transcendence on Violet. You're going to have to use some of these ultimates to...
What happens if you bash the Super when he fire strikes? Yeah, but you're so close to the corner that for him to get the bash, he's going to have to put himself out of position or past... you know, bumper shield or something, and when you push past there, then you're just opening yourself up to get all that free damage. And Sinatra's playing right next to Super there, so if they're gonna try and get like the stun or something, then Sinatra's there to bubble, block, and all that stuff. So corners, like I always say this over and over and over again, like corners, like how you play Ryan is you go from like, you know, corner to corner. You want to be able to use corners as much as possible, because your hammer 1 can like swing through the terrain, and you can actually swing to like hit people through the freaking walls, and it allows you just to not take, you know, waste your shield, because bumper has to use either get bubbled or hold shield after pushing through. And Super, since he has the advantage of just playing next to the wall, doesn't have to, you know, waste shield management.
But that's going to allow the Titans to hold on to theirs when they get them and use them in.
So you use bubble for him to try and push out, but now he has to back out. So now it looks like they're going to try and do that rotation again, but they're trying to hide, dude. So Bumper Bumper's is never meeting Rhines. He's just out in the open letting his team get shattered every time. It makes no sense. Rhine goats meet the Rhine every time. Bumper's like off on his own, jumping on top of a payload, you know. Like, he has to know that Super has Shatter. They won the first 2 fights. This is just... there's no reason for, you know, Bumper not to be, like, pushing up, like, watching. Like, you have to be able to watch for, like, the Shatter stuff, because that's what loses you fights in the Rhine goats. Like, he pushes up, got bashed. It's like, okay, you're on this side, your team's on left. You know, you could be having you can be like, hey, I'm playing right side, have the you know, the team rotate here or something. Or if you see, you know, Super here, you just rotate your shield this way and you can look to get the engagement, because, you know, playing like this, going on top of it, going on top of the payload is not good, because if he shatters, you can still get you're gonna get shattered from under your feet when you're holding up the Rhine or the Rhine shield. So never really want to play on top of there, and then this just opens up Super for a free shatter because you're not even with your team. And that just lets Shock build up even more, though. So now they have their grab combo for the next fight. So they end up getting the pick on a Violet. Violet uses Trance, which is really good because they already won the fight. But now they can. But now they're just gonna just speed Violet back, and by the time Vancouver's ready to do their fight, they're gonna build it back up anyways. So.
And the Shock are able to hold on and win that fight. You're staring down the barrel of the same thing that happened to the Shock. You're looking at like 35 seconds with nothing.
So they got off the high ground. That's good. We have, for Shock, they have grab bomb, so they should use both of these ultimates here. Because if they can use grab bomb, Super can build up his shatter again, and then it's for the last, because it's going to be, after you win this fight, you probably need to win 1.5 more max 2 fights. So you need to be able to, you know, if they can win off grab bomb, they can build shatter up the next fight, and then Super lands, you know, a big shatter the next fight, then they can reset and build, you know, grab again. So they need to be, especially since they need to build, they need to hold this first point and they can't get it up, they have to combo these 2 ultimates together. And Vancouver, they're coming up on all 6 ultimates. So that might have been like their play just to, you know, save up the ultimates, but they need to wait for Johnny to get his bomb up before they use grab. If they use grab early, then it's going to be a mistake because they seem to have 1 tick. They just use the grab fucking combo, dude. So we'll see if that's what they end up doing. They get a Dimek on Diva. There's the grab comes out. Uses grab. 98%. I don't understand, dude. I don't understand. You legit can wait half a second more to get the grab combo, and then it makes it so you win the fight. Like, you know, this is what you're gonna be winning the fight with. Grab, Diva Bomb. They can't do anything. Free pin on Orion, and you win the match. And team after team after team after team after again, never just get the actual combo off, and it's like a half a second later. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. So now, since they're going to be able to survive through this, Violet just had to use Trance. So now the Shock have their grab combo, and they get it for free. Violet's forced to Trance. Sancho used the grab. There's the bomb on top of it, so it's good. Jono does the counter, you know, bomb, so that's good. He's trying to stop Bumper from getting the pin. Yeah.
Desperately trying to cling to hope here, and it's not going to do the job. Map 2 is Vancouver's.
Yeah, you have those ultimates. They force 1 big team fight.
So it was a really good counter bomb by Janu, not letting, you know, anybody Super get like the pin onto Bumper or anything to stop it off. But then the ult advantage ended up working in their favor, but it could have not worked out very well. Bumper's controller needs new batteries.
Remember, it is 1st to 4. We're gonna have a half-time break things down. We'll be back.
Strong mechanics over their opponents. I think it's like they had like an ult way bigger like ult economy, so they got even though both teams are like misusing ultimates, they're just getting a little bit more value like out of their ultimates, if that makes sense. Like they ended up getting a kill with the Diva Bomb, which, you know, kind of sets the tide in their favor. They had both support ult, so they could, you know, they used trance early to sustain, and then they used beat after, like right afterwards. With Shock, they weren't able to do that. Wait, what the fuck am I watching commercials for?
Great shout out to Janu.
In the defensive end, and you can play two very different playstyles.
And her ultimate ability is a big part of a lot of these combos.
Yeah, so they're playing really well together and being able to, like, you know, follow up and, you know, like protect each other from stuff that happens. Like even though Bumper's like out of position, their whole team gets shattered, somehow they still have, you know, resources trying to keep each other up. Dude, I don't know how they freaking do it. Or Shock just didn't do a good enough job on like capitalizing on like the shatters. So there wasn't super saying, hey, I have shatter, I'm gonna look for shatter here, so then your team knows to follow up. Or after you got the shatter, you know, not going for like the pin to get like the picks and stuff. Because okay, so the thing with Ryan, you can land like, you know, a 6-man shatter, right? But if your team's so far back, yeah, you land the 6-man shatter, but you get no value out of it because nobody's there to actually follow up. So if you have your team like, hey, I'm looking for shatter this fight, be ready or whatever, so then everyone's like, you know, positioned close enough to where when you get it, everyone can, you know, focus fire like one person and, you know, get it through. So I think the problem with Shock, their like super did land, you know, some pretty big shatters, so they weren't able to follow up on every single one of them, especially on the attack.
You can just kind of use all your ultimates, let's say.
Otherwise, seems a lot more intelligent. Yeah.
You see on your screen right there, that little courtyard will be point A.
Fast forward through the commercials. That's yeah, exactly. We don't want to sit here and.
You capture the point. This time there's 2 points to capture in the single map.
There are no payloads here. Capture point A, then capture point B, and then your attacking round is finished. Your opponent will.
I want to see TITANS with NYXL. Yeah, that would have been that would have been really good. I think if it was TITANS versus NYXL probably would be able to take advantage of Bumper's positioning a lot. Like Super's taking advantage of it, but the rest of his team isn't following up on Super getting those like value shadow stuff. And I think with like what NYXL, they might be a little bit more coordinated to actually like get value out of that stuff. So I think NYXL would have had like a lot easier time facing, you know, Vancouver.
Yeah, so I mean, you do see like a game, for instance.
Just didn't want to play more goes. Yeah, they're like, fuck it.
Right? If you complete your offensive attack, then the other team does as well. You'll go on the offense yet again. This time to kick things off, though.
Yeah, they didn't look good at all when they were playoffs match. Throughout the regular season, they look pretty good. And then in the playoffs, they just what they're doing here. So there's two ways you can go for scouts. You can either go through this left side and then you know push through up through here, or you can go through right side. Either way is fine. This one is a little bit safer because you're not letting yourself open to like all whatever damage. And if Ryan can try and like stuff as they're coming through, like if you try and go through right side, Ryan can look for like a pin because everybody has to go through that little choke point. So it's a little bit riskier going through right side, but then you know you can get there just on high ground, and then going through left side is just a little bit, you know, you have one choke point to go through, and then now it just comes down to bubble usage and pushing in with, you know, resources. So this left side's safer, but looks like they're faking now going top right, so that's actually a pretty good rotation. So now Violet's gonna have high ground for free. So they're going to wait for bubble. Snatchy used it early for energy, so they're going to drop together while they still has high ground. So
but now they begin to capture the point. Now the Titans have to play like their attackers. The roles have been switched. The Titans have to get the shock off the point. Otherwise, point A will.
So bubble usage, they match the bubbles, which is good.
You can see Violet on that
Bumper already half is going to have to back out now. But now they're going to have to push on a point soon. They need to get the Discord on. See, like right now, there's the Discord orb isn't on the Super whatsoever, and this is what's making it so Bumper takes so much more damage. Oh. So they just put the Discord orb on Sinatra and then kind of melted him. Okay. Yeah, with Sinatra out of the fight, Titans should be able to hold this one pretty easily because Zarya is such a huge damage dealer. Violet. Buddy. You're down, Sinatra's dead, Super's dead, and the trance comes out. Yeah, there was zero chance that you were going to win with two of the only damage dealers dead. So I don't see the reason why he tranced this. I don't even think it was close. So yeah, Sinatra's dead. Super's dead. So this happened on that Koth round too, where he tranced after Super was dead. I don't know if it's maybe he's asking like, hey, the information isn't coming fast enough to where he's like, oh, can we stay alive? Can we win? Can we win? And then somebody's not saying yes or no, and then he does it after somebody is dead, or Super's not saying like, hey, you know, trance, I need heals or something, and then after it happens, like he does it. But this is a really bad trance by Violet because Twilight used his to, you know, keep his team up, and then Violet countered with his own, but they're not going to get the value out of it. So this actually works in Vancouver's favor because now they don't have trance to engage or trance for Vancouver's graph here. So they're going to have a pretty easy time killing through it. I think Twilight's trance. No, it's not wasted because they killed Sinatra early. Their team was getting low, so you don't want to. If you let the fight go on for a long time and you have like 3 people down, it goes in Shock's favor because they have closer respawns. So if you go for like a 2-for-2 trade, right? But Slime didn't die. There's the Shock going to be able to push through before Vancouver gets the respawns in. So trades work in the attacker's favor on the first point. So he had a chance to keep whatever his team alive. So then they didn't like, if they going like a 6v6 fight is, you know, the best chance for them to win. Because they killed Sinatra early, so we know he's not going to have grab, so Twilight actually has a chance to maybe build it up by the time the next Sinatra builds his grab. But if not, they have their beat for it as well. So Vancouver's coming up on the grab bomb. They'll probably look to do grab bomb this fight. If Bumper gets his shatter early fast enough, then you can look for a shatter play and then they can grab afterwards to build shatter back up. But if not, when they're pushing through, they'll probably just do grab bomb and then Bumper builds a shatter for the next fight. Let's see, Shock's coming up. We'll probably see Rascal rally. They'll do a rally engage. Super's gonna look for shatter and then save these 2 ultimates to try and cap the point, because that's what happened on Yubani. They never comboed these 2 and that's why they lost. They can't get any value out of their grabs, so hopefully coming from halftime they talked about it, so we'll see Sinatra, Choi try and build up these ultimates here and they just use the rally to engage, and Super can look for a shatter since he's going to build it up in the grab anyways. So there's the rally, coming in for the rally. There's the shatter, that's huge. Their grab Super, so the counter shatter was, I want to know where Bumper was, because Bumper seems to always be away from his team for some reason. Like there's no reason Bumper should be meeting close. Does he get low? No, he's like max HP. I don't know why Bumper's so far back. He's always so far away from his team and he lets his team get shattered. Like he's playing on the bridge when he should be playing close. If you have to back out for heals, then there's a freaking pillar here that you can LOS all the damage from and still be with your team. There's no reason for him to be so far back knowing that Super has this shatter, because he lets his team get, you know, fully counted. So this was just, you know, a really good play by Super again. Since they got grabbed, they didn't want anybody to be able to capitalize. So that's why he shattered, since Bumper wasn't there to protect his team. They didn't get the D-Mech though on Johnny though, but it was low enough to where he had to use the bomb, not in an ideal spot. So now Shock's coming through. They look for the Sinatra grabs when Choi is just about to build his bomb again. So nice. Could have used a combo bomb and, you know, got some kills, but it jumped the gun a little too early. So now they can use beat to, you know, survive. Like, they know that, you know, I don't know, I just don't understand it, why they grab without trying to use like these combos together. Like, you know, they have the advantage now. They could just play, you know, like a little bit slow. They already used their combo, they can just use theirs. So now either Troy's gonna try and use his bomb late and just, like, you know, put it here, and then when they get the engage, or he's gonna save it for when he's about to get demeched. But I could see him using the bomb here, but since it's kind of late, if he tries to throw it, it's not gonna get any value because they're gonna be able to get out in time. So we'll see. Yeah, Troy doesn't use it on top of it. Moth goes down. There's the bomb coming through. Doesn't get any value because everyone's already dead and everyone can go in the corner now. So now it's just another bad use of ults, you know. Grabbing a little too early from Sinatra, not being able to get value out of it. Yeah, so this now, there's gonna be 2 fights. One, actually probably it's probably gonna be last. I don't know if it'll be last fight. They'll have one more fight, and then like a really like a half a fight maybe by the time they either get back. And Vancouver's ult economy is looking pretty good here. They'll probably just use grab bomb. They can, Bumper will probably be able to build a shatter, so he might look for a shatter so they can end it with grab bomb. But I could see them using grab bomb this next fight, just trying to close it out. And they can probably, if they push up top, they can kite back to point and try and, you know, waste as much time as possible, because they know they don't have their combo.
Maybe that forces Hacksaw to use his rally. Then you see Sobensu chug out his Graviton Surge.
Rally. See me in the rallies there on either side. Bumper Super got booped in. Bumper went for the shatter, but it looks like Snatcher got a good bubble on it. But since Super was gone, they didn't have to use their bomb on top of it. They can just get the free pins, which they did. And now they have their bomb for the next fight. Like Bumper's at least that was one dimensional. His positioning is almost not. Yeah, I don't know what his positioning is really bad.
Right now, it's going to be happening to keep Sinatra alive, and all that damage combined with Super to push through. Transcendence again for Twilight on the other side though, building up that Zenyatta ultimate in less than a minute.
Still looking to try and get the top right again. Choi has to build up his bomb with this fight. If Sinatra uses his grav before they build Diva Bomb, they're probably just going to throw it again. Unless, you know, because they have Trance to block, they have Beat as well. They have to combo these two to get any value out of the grav. So we'll probably see them, you know, push the top. Hopefully they wait for the grab bomb combo. They know Bumper just used Shatter, so Super can go for the pin on the Bumper and actually win out the match, or the point for them. So we'll see if they do that, but hopefully they can. Because Super pretty much has a free shatter. He can be as aggressive as he wants. Or if Bumper is not with his team again like he usually is, then he's just they can just solo shatter his team. So this is good. They're trying to wait as long as possible to touch. Snatch uses his grav. 2 seconds again before Choi has his bomb. So now they grav. Not gonna be able to get any value out of it. Sinatra drops. Now Soimitsu is gonna be coming out with his grav. Now they're gonna be able to use their grav bomb combo. Super's getting low. He's probably, if he survives, then he has to look for a shatter here to win it out because they keep wasting ults. Yeah. There's the bomb. Oh, Choi gets a huge value out of this bomb. Let's see what. Where does he get this bomb that just gets everybody? Bomb right above. Oh, he just does right on the middle of the point. It was a good bomb. I don't know how Hoxall dies though. He has his shield up. Language barrier. Yeah, it could. Choi's English is, I don't know, seems pretty good because I played with him in ranked. So I feel like he should be able to understand, like, if they're on like a team together, you know, like the language barrier, like if they're playing together, like, hey, I have grab, like bomb, like grab bomb combo, like it's, I don't know. It shouldn't be that, like, we can't blame it on like a language barrier because it's happened like over so many times. I think it's just Sinatraa like doing it a little bit too early and not looking for actually having like the bomb yet. Oh no, Super got the shatter. That's what it was. Okay, yeah. So Super landed a huge shatter that allowed Choi to. Okay, that was good. That's what. Okay, that's what happened. I was like, bro, yes, yes, the shield. Yeah, how did he go down? Okay, so just Super being able to got a big value on his slam that time because Bumper's on the opposite side of the map. So that was a really good shatter by Super again. And then Choi's with follow up on his Diva Bomb. Bro, what the heck happened to the quality? No, what the fuck? Alright, so see Bumper goes down. Oh, they're just steamrolling this. The 2 CP almost get full held and then steamrolling the second. But since I was trying to fix the quality, how did they end up doing this? Yeah, they don't have any ultimates coming up, Shock. They have beat to engage, probably. Bumper. Bro, this is gonna piss me off. Why the heck does it... Or is that just how the thing is? Oh, Moth got the kill on the Twilight here. So Bumper has to try and look for a shot. They know Super doesn't have it, so I feel like Bumper should have just looked for engage. Like there's no reason to drop down. Like they should look for like a hard engage right now. They have Rally, Shatter, like push in, and then I feel like there's always on the defensive here. Yeah, I don't know how Moth kills Twilight where he's at. Doesn't show up. Bumper goes on like the right side away from his team, and that's why he gets caught out there. Yeah, they just got like the picks and then you'll be able to snowball this. So Bumper's coming back. Super probably knows. Bumper shatters. Super can counter with his own now though. Yeah. He just retch, bro. Honestly, I feel like he probably just retch-shelled him.
Saved the day and kept the Shock in a now, Matt. Yeah, we finished the map with a decent amount of time left.
I know, they have 3 minutes and 16 seconds in their time bank. We highlighted the Divas, coming into this map and show you over that self-destruct, man. This was huge. We can take another look at it. So launches the self-destruct up in the sky, and you see in the pilot Diva form takes out Janu. Janu uses his self-destruct there as well, so he's able to take him.
But they don't give Super any credit, dude. Super shattered these guys on the ground though. Rip the main tank not getting not getting any credit, dude. The reason why they got the big ass bomb is because Super shattered everybody on the ground.
Huge play there from Choyobin.
And you can see what Diva looks like when she is in her mech. She's not very
But it was a good combo since Sinatraa used his grab way too early. So then it was a good follow up by both of those.
That's huge.
And towards the end there, you know, when the Titans are trying to come back onto point B and play that defense, they use the Earth Shatter there from Bumper, and it's a pretty big connection too. Violet comes in with the Transcendence, keeps some players up, but Super, who's been hitting a lot of nice Earth Shatters, just not a lot of follow-up, hits a big one because he connects with Twilight. So Twilight on the Zenyatta, close to that Transcendence ultimate, he was at 95%, gets hit by Super's Earth Shatter, and they just run him over.
Because of the 4-minute time extension the Shock gained from capturing point A, they had enough time to capture point B. They didn't need to use much of it, so that gets stored away.
Alright, let's see.
The Titans themselves finish the map.
Goats again. We'll probably see Vancouver, you know, probably go to the left, meet them up. Or they can try and, you know, go to that right side. But if they don't do the fakes outs like Shock did, then they can just meet them down in that bottom corner. So they're pushing left, so it looks like they're probably going to go left.
So those overtime scenarios, like Danny, our insider, was telling us, you know, the Shock, they lost a lot of these overtime scenarios.
Just trying to get some extra energy.
Playing a little bit frantic. Right there, it goes into that crazy overtime scenario. They come out on top. Just that experience.
So there's the bubble to push out, just get the energy. Now they're cutting back. Now they're gonna wait for the next bubble. That's why they're not. That's why they're cutting back, because they don't want to give any extra like damage or take any damage here, because they want to try and go as fast as possible.
And when he puts the shield up, he can actually see the players coming through. So
Super is close. Bumper got booped up, so now it's just got to go like shield again. John actually got almost gets demacked. So they take the advantage over here. Super actually building his shadow up pretty freaking fast. Oh. Why did they get so split? Okay, so they're max HP, they're all together. I think there's this I think they try to do too many things at once, like he's going over right side and then they just see Bumper alone and they just hard push him. Yeah, I don't know how Bumper died. It's supposed to be taking a right click to the face. Yeah, so now it's... Yeah, this is... Wait, how... How did Shock throw after killing Bumper? So that's huge. They get the push. Oh, Super, I think it was a little too aggressive, and then they capitalize, and then Violet dies as well after being so close. Wow. That's quite tragic. Yeah, the new X Super was out of position, yeah. Gets pushed over a little bit fast.
And then he's all charged up and he's behind, just launching those Zarya alternate fires. Just a big explosive grenade.
And look at that. With that 4-minute extension, the Titans are up to 6 minutes and 20 seconds.
Seems to play bubbles correctly. Must be nice to have that, yeah, right.
6 minutes on the clock for Vancouver. But you see,
yeah, I don't know where they didn't show where he was. So it's going into like this fight. Okay, Grav Diva Bomb's at 83%, so they know they can play back to point and farm up Diva Bomb and then do Grav whatever bomb combo. They can use Rally to, you know, meet the engage. But Sinatra once again uses Grav early. Choi's at 90%. I should probably just have like a counter and just count every single time that this happens, because I feel like this happened every single time. I think they've comboed once out of like 10 Gravs, and Choi's been like, you know, that close every single time. So because Slime and Twilight both have their support ults, you're not going to get any value out of this Grav. Yeah, you can maybe make them force to use like a trance something, yeah, but you're going to be using trance on that anyways, and then, you know, now they can, you know, I don't know. I feel like Grav is such a good team wiping ability, and then you just have to combo it.
You see right there, big graviton surge.
So there's the trance. It's going to trance anyways. Now Choi has to look. Now they have to look for a Shatter bomb play. Bumper has getting close to his Shatter as well. So we'll see if. So the reason why he didn't Where was I going back? So this was like a decent. It was a good play not to shatter here because here we'll show it. Snatcher still has his bubble here, so Bumper is trying to like tries to get the shatter off. And he's like, oh dude, why didn't he just shatter, like bang? Why didn't he just shatter this? But Sinatra is like he's not dumb or whatever. He still has his bubble up, so he's trying to bait out the Rhine shatter here, because if Bumper goes and tries to use the shatter, Sinatra is just gonna press the shift and like block or whatever. So he might be out super front, but he's close enough to where his team is. This is probably like Sinatra trying to bait out shatter here from Bumper, so it's a good play from Bumper not to use it, knowing that Sinatra does have his bubble. You see he doesn't use it, so now then Sinatra uses his bubble later on to get in, and then they all regroup together again. So now they don't have bubbles, he can look for the shatter here. Super goes down, now Bumper has the free shatter. We'll see if he uses it. There's the shatter. Bumper's low though, trying to get healed up. Didn't actually get any value.
Now with a couple of players on the point, the Shock can keep this point contested. The Titans cannot accrue capture progress while there are Shock players present.
That's actually funny.
Sinatra's right there. There's a lot of damage coming from the Shock right now, and Bumper's fallen once again. The main tank for the Titans missing once more.
Okay, let's go back and see.
Back without getting any capture progress. The Shock, tenacious, refused to. S1 Super, Earth Shatter, into Graviton Surge, Sinatra's right there, there's a lot of damage coming from the
Yeah, Bumper goes down.
Okay.
So I wasn't even paying attention to that whole thing, how that happened. So Bumper goes down. Bumper gets the shatter, gets low, has to hold shield, so they have no follow-up on that. Sinatra's still alive, so this is still gonna get that huge amount of damage. Almost has another grab already. Shatter Super goes down, or drops the shadow. That's huge. Okay. Oh, and Sinatra uses grab as well. Okay. Yeah, Sinatra surviving a lot, like so long there to be able to build another grab is actually insane.
It's towards the end where you see Super use the shatter, and then the grab comes through from Sinatra. But the play is made by Moth. Bumper actually connects the really nice Earth Shatter, but Moth actually using the wall riding Lucio goes off.
Let's see Ultikami coming in. He's probably just swapping back to Diva just to, I can see he got demeched. I don't see him staying on the hog, yeah. Simon Seo has his grab. Not even close to any grab combos though. They're getting close to support ults. I could see them still using grab to do an engagement here, or doing it. They could do a dry fight to try and build some ults, but their Rascals they're probably just gonna look for a rally engage, and they have, yeah. There's the trance. Bumper. Yeah, unlucky on the charge. Does it make sense to position far to stay up after grab as shock? Yeah. You don't. Sinatra played a really good spot. You don't want to fight on the middle of the point because you have other people that can contest, and everyone's going to be looking after the Rhine goes down. The next biggest target is the Zarya because Zarya has such high energy. So Sinatra, that last fight, was just playing in this back corner, or whatever. So he's LOSing a lot of the damage that can come to him, and he's just getting like the free right clicks, looking at shooting people that he can find. So you want to play like far away because you're the win condition still because of all the damage. If they can kill you, then you have a really low damage pool, like to actually fend off everybody. Like a high energy Zarya is actually insane and does so much damage. That's why Sinatra builds his grab so fast, because he's always at like high charge. But sometimes he gets out of position, and that's when they capitalize. But yeah, you don't want your whole team to grab. Like if you can, you just want the Rhine to get grabbed, because then you can save bubbles and like protect him and stuff.
Does not want to be pushed off his positioning.
So they get the grab here. Bumper goes. Oh, he gets knocked. Okay, so that's a huge flail by Rascal, because Bumper, they're trying to look to get the pin on Super, to put him out of position and get damage onto him. But because Rascal got the flail right here, messes up his charge, so now they can't actually capitalize on the grab here. So now Sinatra's getting close to his. They have bomb. Yeah, the rest, they don't have any other ults, so they just have to try and like focus either probably like the Ryan down, get the Discord on Ryan, focus him down. That's the only person they can really kill here. So you're gonna see the Discord orb, always keeping it usually on the enemy Ryan's. Sinatra's out in the front, so he might actually take it. Oh. That was actually a really good play by Bumper. But he misses his charge again. Because as super, you're thinking that Ryan's just playing this like corner spot and not actually going for the flanks. So it's actually like, you know, hats off to Bumper for doing this. Whatever play, because Super's like probably not looking for that. Nobody called it. Choi could have called and said, "Hey, Ryan's," because Choi or Sinatra could have said, "Hey, Ryan's going behind," to help him out, because they have vision on him right here because they're playing this corner. But nobody said anything, and that's what. So Super could have blocked it, but it looks like they didn't give him the information. Yeah, they didn't even let him know. Bumper goes for the pin, misses. Bomb comes out. No value. Sinatra grabs. See, here again, I don't even think Choi was he using it to get back in mech? Because now Choi has bomb, okay? Sinatra's at 90%. No, Choi's still at max HP. They have combo now. They're using bomb, and then Grav comes out way later. Like it's just mistimed, you know. Again, this time Choi using his bomb like too early. Like, yeah, they just misused like the combo on the ults. Comes out, Shatter comes out. Bumper's out of position now. Bumper gets taken out because he's way too close to the enemy team. Super's getting low though, so they're trying to kill him to get the trade. Couldn't actually do it, so yeah, no, Shock should be able to hold this off pretty easily.
The Titans keep taking this fight on the point over and over and over again, and they're letting Violet just sit in that back left corner on the Zenyatta, just lay down these discords, lay down the damage.
Blanca.
Zenyatta is a support hero, but he's really a damage dealer at his core, right? He's able to put down the Discord, which amplifies the amount of damage that player takes when the Discord orbs over their head, and then just with his primary fire, just puts down so much damage.
Alright, so let's see. Vancouver has grab bomb coming up. Shock have their grab bomb coming up actually as well. So if they're smart, they're like, okay, our win condition for Shock grab bomb, they know that that Vancouver has their combo, so Super has to try and like they have to play split, so only Super's the one that gets put in grab, and Sinatra has to be really good with his bubbles. Because if they use bubbles way too early, then they're going to get the free grab combo. That's what they're looking for. So Vancouver's looking to get Zarya bubble out. And of course, you know, like wherever Matrix and stuff. But once they see those bubbles be used, they're going to be using their grab combo to try and win this out. And then Shock has to try and, you know, play split and trying to hold out long enough for Choi and Sinatra to build their grab combo just so they can match it and try and, you know, whoever initiates first is probably going to have the better chance here.
His trade-offs is that he's very vulnerable. He does not have a large health pool, and his orbs take a lot of travel, so they're not easy.
Seahawks all getting low. There's the grab. There's the bomb coming out on top of it. Get Sancho saw his bow, so actually didn't get any value out of that. Bumper now goes for the pin away from his team. So now he goes way too far. Gets taken out there, and now they're, you know,
who talked a big game about being the most aggressive, the most powerful main tank in the Overwatch League, but right now, he is being taken to task
Look, I mean, if I had
Bumper
the
be feeding.
Vancouver Titans schedule too, you could talk a pretty big game. Their opponent's win percentage throughout stage 1 is just 39%. They roll through stage 1, but they have the second easiest schedule of everybody in the league.
They didn't play every team in the league.
So now Shock.
7 matches in the
They have their Shatter Bomb. Bumper's coming up in a Shatter as well. So we'll see if the Titans rally. They'll rally engage.
You know, at his best in a match like this. He's got another Shatter here coming online. So we'll see another battle of these Reinhardts. Shatter v Shatter.
So we'll see who gets out of position first.
just around the corner here. We know
Whoever shield breaks, or
until they're ready to all run.
what the fuck? They're both doing the same exact thing. So you do the speed shatter. Then Bumper knows Super has shatter. Okay, so even if you go for the shatter play, you just have to try and you have to play to block his. So you get the shatter off. Okay, you can go for swings and stuff. You know, fire if you want, but you have to know that Super has shatter. So they get the speed shatter off, right? And then he pins, which gives Super the free shatter. Like it doesn't make sense why you would go for a pin when you know, like, you just don't go for pins when you know their aim Ryan has shatter. It's like the dumbest thing. So bam, shattered off. Okay, cool, you did it, but now you have to Bumper, like, you just have to let your team try and follow up on the shatter damage, and you have to play to block shatter, because the person who's going to shatter second is, you know, you can, you know, Moss whatever getting his beat off there, but, you know, you have to be able to play to, if you don't get the Ryan in it, you have to pay to block Ryan's shatter. Because bam, he pinned, and now they're all getting down. Bumper, his team actually gives him like wherever the rally and the beat, so they actually keep him up, you know, through that, but it, you know, could have ended up pretty bad. Let's see, Sancho's getting close to his grab bomb. I could see, hopefully they can hold out, but I can see the Choi just using it because it's like a hectic fight. But we'll see. Oh, nice. So they have grab combo, so let's see if they could try and look for it. There's the grab bomb.
The Titans have 1/3 of the capture progress so far, but the Shock still have players. They can still maintain presence here on the point. Violet, he's very vulnerable in the Zenyatta.
I was just taken down, so now the Titans have point control. Traded main tanks. Oh, Slime. Wow. That was actually a really good play by Slime to get this in there. That's going to be off by himself. So they're just playing to try and stall out forever. Just because they have so much point advantage, they're not going to be able to hold it out there. Why Bumper go down? Yeah, because Bumper's positioning is, I don't know, questionable at times. I feel like he's kind of playing for himself and not thinking about... He's not thinking about, like, enemy Ryan, like, Shaddy's not thinking about, like, what he needs to do to protect his team. It's kind of like playing that, just playing for yourself. Hey, my team's gonna, you know, be positioned and do their own thing. I'm just gonna do my own thing, kind of thing.
On their offensive side, Vancouver, it was so good. They able to take point A, and there's about 6 minutes.
I think that's how play some Brandon. You know, it could just be like maybe nerves or something, having a bad match.
None of it was easy. The Titans looked very close on a couple of occasions.
And both of these Reinhardts just playing out of their minds. Super, they're 12 Earth Shatterer stuns, so when he uses ultimate, stuns 12 players. Bumper right behind him with 11. This time though, you did get the follow-up for the shot. You turned 12 of those stuns into 5.
It's just easy for me as a main tank to like point out faults for like the main tank play, but it's pretty obvious, like in this case, like everything that's happening.
Choi been able to knock people out of position with Diva's rocket can actually again displace individuals. So now both teams out of the gates once more. The compositions have not changed.
I was going to suggest Shatter. No, Shatter is super important. Shatter, like, the reason why Shock keep it so close is because Super he's like he gets so many. He's getting his shatters off, which like either stop the team from pushing in or it makes their team like use resources. Like shatter is like one of the, other than like grav, bomb, like whatever combo, shatter is probably one of the next like most important like ults in like goats, because it's so easy to turn a fight or make people have to use support ults. Like if you let like the enemy team use their support ults whenever they want, of course you're gonna lose every time. Like getting a shatter forces like a beat, it forces maybe a chance if they don't have it. If they don't have any of those, you catch, you know, one of the support out, then you can follow up and get, you know, easy picks.
Triple tank, triple support with Reinhardt for both teams at the 4, and the Titans.
So shatter's still a super important ability.
One good fight, maybe two if they
The only reason why like Bumper, like his team is protecting, like they're being able to protect each other, I guess, from what all the shatters that are going down. Like I don't know, I guess like good synergy, or the shock aren't capitalizing on, you know, all of when people are out of position. Like people are on the ground, like Brig is, you know, on the ground half the time when Super, you know, gets the shatters, but then they don't actually end up falling, getting any of the kills, either from like a slime beat or a chance.
But they have to go quick. They can't afford to dawdle.
Yeah, they only have 1 minute here, so they have to try and get a hard engage. Slime. Let's see what happened here. Because Vancouver knows that they have to take this fight fast. It's because if they do one fight super fast, then they have maybe another chance to get a second fight. If they do it slow, it's going to be a one fight territory. So that's why they're going to push up through here, you know, get the speed. Slime gets actually a really good boop though onto Super, because Super's playing in that same spot again, yeah. So he goes around, knocks Super back in. They is hard pushed in on him. Rascal's going to be doing that next. Now they're going to go for Sinatra, yeah.
Their eye is on the prize and on point A. They've shoved the shock off of it so much so that San Francisco cannot afford to try.
So over there, Vancouver just played way closer knit together, and when they pushed through, they just like surrounded on Super and then were able to
what the gingerly is up.
Just, you know, focus out Super while his team was not all around him. So it was actually a really good play by Titans. Yo, Homer, thanks for the 10 months, dude. Sub hype in the chat, really appreciate it, man. We're just doing a analysis of the Shock Titans game. And so they don't have any ults coming up on either side, actually. Oh, Shock's actually dropping, trying to get the kill here. Oh, Twilight's out of position. Wait, how did Twilight end up getting there? That's actually interesting. So knowing that they didn't have any fights, their ults, they try to like take the fight early, but I don't understand why Twilight got caught out there. Like, okay, he dropped, pushing through the left. That's what they need to do. I think it's because Bumper goes in too early. Yeah. Okay. So the reason why this happened, because Bumper walked in, but he wasn't actually shielding, and like he wasn't there in the front for his team. So yeah, he ran in, and his team did another thing. Like as the Ryan, you have to be like the last one, because you have to be shielding for your team. You can't be the first one and you just let your team, you know, go in by yourself. I think Moth got a good booper on Twilight as well as they're pushing through. Yeah, so he gets a good boop, pushes in. Does Troy knock Bumper in, or does Bumper just walk in there?
They get a 30-second extension. It's not a lot of time, but it's enough to get them 2 point B and give them an opportunity to capture it.
No, Troy didn't even. Bumper just walks in, yeah. Or just walks in. Moth, Troy get a actually really good boop on here. But it's Bumper needs to be playing with his team for like Holy Shadows are going through. Like he just runs in there. Not a, like, he shouldn't be the one that goes in there first. Like he should be, if anything, the one getting, because you have to be like shielding for your Zen. So I think like he just, I don't know, bought it out and just ran in here. So Twilight gets knocked out, so that was a really good boop by them, and they have to kite back now if they want a chance. Yeah, so he's forced to rally there to try not to die there.
Try and keep players up.
Super getting a shot up. If they can build a shot up, because one of them, somebody has to get the touch. So it's either Slime going to be wall riding to get the touch, or Bumper is going to be forced to charge to point. But if they do that, then Super is going to get the free shatter off. So we'll see if he can build a shatter off in time.
Here, somebody's going to have to get on the point and force overtime.
Fair warning, ladies and gentlemen, this will be a long fight. It will be drawn out. Titans will be throwing.
Let's see, Slime's going to the top. Johnny gets the touch, but he's going to get D-Mech. Now Super's going to, or Slime's going to have the free grab. So they get their grab. Trance comes out. Bomb comes out really late by Choi, actually. I don't know why it took so long. Severe Shatter doesn't find any. Bumper counters. Mob counters with the beat, though. Now Bumper's low, forced to drop to try and take the Mega. I need to try and take the fight to point. Okay, so it's a good rotation back. Try to mech. Wow. I don't know what Bumper shattered. I think he just shattered their spawn for. Oh, Bumper actually goes out of position and gets. Wow. Shock turns it around. Wow. Both. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Let's see what happens.
They just need to get somebody to get a touch here, though. Somebody's going to have to get on the point and force overtime.
Fair warning, ladies and gentlemen, this will be a long fight. It will be drawn out. Titans will be drawn
long fight will be drawn out. Yeah, so Johnny gets D-Max. That's the counter. They counter with each of the grabs. Okay. Bomb comes out a little bit late by Choi, which allows them to like disperse and not actually get isolated. So they should have comboed that like a little bit sooner. I want to see where Choi just didn't have shift, maybe. Let's see here. Why wasn't he able to? Okay, so just because he was in grab as well. Okay, so both blocks come in. Both teams have shatter. Super missed his shatter. Bumper got on the corner. Rascal got a pretty good boop on that. But now they have the beat to keep them all alive. So their whole team is not going to push to the board. If they have to push out because Bumper dropped and Hawkstall's low. Like Bumper has, like their team has to push in now to help Bumper get back up. Otherwise, their team is just going to turn and kill him. Right now, Bumper's getting stunned because he has to come up these steps. So this is good. They're all pushing up now to try and help him out. So now they can regroup on point here. They can play shield. Super got bubbles. Somebody's pushing up to try and get the damage. Troy gets D-Mech'd. So that gives the free grab to Soy. Bumper gets the pin onto Troy from that. Snatcher gets a... Honestly, Snatcher gets a pretty... He had to go for the grab there. And they didn't have any supporters since they just used. So that was a good grab by Sinatra, getting the kill. Almost the kill on the Twilight. So now Sinatra's probably going to be hiding there since he's pretty low. Nice, and then he gets Sinatra actually stays alive for doing that. Moth gets the boop on the Bumper. That Bumper goes down because of that. Damn. Honestly, if by Sinatra surviving in that corner and nobody went to finish him off and then getting the trance actually turned the fight in their favor because he's so high charged that he can just get, you know, that extra damage will just allow them to actually kill everybody. Armor's legit throwing, so Kevin needs my boys. Yeah, exactly.
They go on the attack now, 3 minutes and 28. It's a good amount of time, but one or two of these pushes still out on point A. They had a tough time taking point A in their first attack. and they're in a lot of trouble.
No, Bumper's shatter over there was fine. Like, he got Sinatra and everybody down. It's just he ended up being... He got booped into... Moth made a good play and booped him into... And they just focused him really well.
They wouldn't have even gotten aim. Yeah, that was the reality of it. They had a lot of trouble getting through the defense of the Vancouver Titans. And they have even less
Wait,
time than they did.
what do you... Like... What, his second one? This one he got... This one he got 2. I thought. Yeah, Super uses his shatter, gets nobody. They pushed up. Bumper shatters and gets Sinatra and Choi on the ground. Oh, not this. Oh, the next one? Oh. I didn't even see what the next one was. Okay, let's go see. Let's go see what Bumper did here. Got the pin. Oh, is where he shattered in the spawn? Oh yeah, that was dumb. I don't know what his plan was here. Yeah, nobody's even over here. I don't know what. Oh no, he shattered Rascal. Oh, okay. Okay, never mind. I guess he did that. Like, there's still not a reason for him to. He should be like playing point with his team to try and kill what's on point first, because then you can get, even like as he's pushing through, you can get like, you know, one of these people that got value. Yeah, but he ended up getting like Rascal, which is still a fine pick. But in these drawn out fights like this, there's no reason for you to push up to the person's spawn, because you need to kill what's on point first. So Bumper was here. Like, let's just say, okay, let's say Bumper was over here, right? Somebody could probably push in, get Sinatra or whatever. You know, maybe they, you know, can kill Moth or something, and they don't get that much value because Bumper's here shielding for his team. Like, there's no reason for him to have pushed up over here when they're just trying to kill what's on point first. Like, they had the advantage, and by him not being able to shield or anything in the grav, then it allows two people to get picked. Violet now gets the chance. Sinatra doesn't die because nobody's there just to finish him off, since everybody else is dead, you know. So there's no reason to push up in somebody's spawn. Like, that's what happens in 2CP. If people don't kill what's on point, then you end up losing. You just got to kill the first thing that touches every single time.
So valiant, Violet finds himself too. That may be enough now. Bumper trying to cut through.
Yeah, and those spawns get long more the more people are on point.
Healing for both teams now as this started to run. Both out of gas. Janu's taken down. There's a minefield up, and Super brings the hammer down. The Shock are able to.
So it doesn't matter that, like, you don't only need like 3 people. Like, there's, because okay, let's just say your Bumper's on the right side, right? And then somebody comes from the left, and then now you don't have that damage from Ryan to focus the people on the left because you're just holding the right side. It's just like you want to fight what's on point and kill what's on point first. The first thing to touch, or first thing there, then it's easy to, you know, everybody focus that down and kill it. And because like he was away, he didn't have the shield for the grav, 2 people died, and yeah, ended up being able to turn the fight because he wasn't there to actually help his team.
But now they know what they need to do to win this map overall. Next will be their turn to go on the offense.
Yeah, you did get point A there for the Titans, and they make about 70% to taking point B. So this one's
yeah, it's still 3 people, but you still don't you still want to just kill what's up first, like kill what goes to point first. There's still no reason to like walk into somebody's spawn, because then you don't have that extra damage.
3 minutes and 28. It's a good amount of
Yo, really sorry, thank you so much for the 5 months, man. And sub in the chat, really appreciate it.
Point A in their first attack, and they're in a lot of trouble.
It's entirely in the realm of possibility that the Shock get waterlogged, get completely stumped. 3 minutes and 28 seconds. Well, I mean, if that's the amount of time, Matt, they had to attack the first time, they wouldn't have even gotten aim. Yeah. That was the reality of it. They had a lot of trouble getting through the defense of the Vancouver Titans, and they have even less time than they did on their first attempt.
You know, Moth, Violet, and Sinatra do a fantastic job just kind of like juggling the point, playing their life there at the end. They play a little bit too aggressive, and one of those players gets caught out. You probably see, you know, the number 4 at the top of your screen there. for Vancouver. So you take a look from Violet's POV. So you see that Discord orb there on the bumper, the 2K into that Graviton Surge. Somehow Sinatraa lives through it. You can see he's all the way in the back there, and they use that Transcendence to heal him up.
Obviously, the yellow elements on Violet's health bar were armor, which was given by Ras.
Alright, see what they do. Shock got a pretty good time in the bank.
Violet could play aggressively to try and clutch things for his team, and he did admirably. Now the Shock needs to be as quick as the Titans were on their attack. Sinatraa, everyone going straight forward here. Super, they're trying to really channel the Titans.
The match bubbles. Bumper gets slow, Super gets slow, so now they play the corner, which is fine. They actually get a good boop on Bumper, so now they can tell you have this top control now. So now Sinatraa has high ground. Super actually a pretty good spot by Sinatraa. He's being safe. He still gets value from all his damages. Can get the bubbles and everything.
You see Zarya when you're high charged up on the high ground. He drops down. Now everybody clumped up. He can start launching in these right clicks.
Oh, Sinatraa almost got taken out by being a little too close.
Sinatraa wanted to drop down from the high ground. I think he wanted to stay up there and may have slipped off. The Shock now.
So much ever shields. Super big shatter because Bumper's on the opposite side of his team again. Yeah, okay. So Bumper's at 74%. He knows that Super's probably getting close to his, since you always think like in the fights like this, okay, I'm at 7, like I'm at 80, okay, he's probably has it, stuff like that. So he should be, there's no reason for him to be playing left side when his team is all on the right. Yeah, he shouldn't be playing. He should be blocking for his team because Zarya has like bubbles and stuff, so Zarya can even like keep herself up and it has that LOS. So this is a good shatter from Super because Bumper was at a position not healing his team, so or shielding his team. So it was a good play by Super again, shouting when he's out of position.
For point B. And that's set up by another Super Earth Shatter. Connects with 3 players with that shatter as well. Up to 15.
Well, yeah, Bumper's just playing really like out of position and Super's capitalizing on it, so Super's doing a really good job on capitalizing on it, which it's really free as a Rhine player. If there's no shield, then you can just shatter the team for free, So it's a good grab, taking out Bumper. Now you can push the point for free. They have no other shield, but Super got low, so it was forced to back out there.
So they end up using their Graviton Surge. They get Bumper. Bumper's now back off the respawn, but Haxel had to use Rally and Twilight used Transcendence. So now if you look at top for the Shock, you see all of these check marks coming online, especially the 2 all the way on the left. You have that sound barrier.
So let's see. Sinatraa high charge. Vancouver have Grav Bomb. Shock have... They're coming up on the Grav here. Okay, so what I would say the Shock need to do, or maybe we'll see them do, they will, push up, do like one, maybe a little gauge, like cut back, wait for... Because they don't really have any combos here, so they'll probably rally engage once Rascal gets it. Choi needs to wait for Sinatraa to build his Grav, and then they Grav combo. This is what they can do to win the match. And then Super has his whatever shatter come up, but he needs to be wary of like Bumper because Bumper's gonna block it. So Super will probably match Bumper wherever they go to get the block on the shatter. Sinatraa needs to build his Grav, and they're gonna use the Grav combo for this fight. We'll probably see them just using Grav combo right off the bat since Super doesn't have his shatter yet, because they need to try and stop their so there's the Grav, there's the bomb coming in. This bomb was a little bit half second late. John actually goes down before get mech back in, so that's actually huge. Shatter down. There's Sinatra's Grav, but there isn't a bomb to go with it, but they have no support ults, and I'm getting the picks out of it, which is still good. Something they need to keep Sinatraa up at like all costs here.
a good start here, but they need to play it safe.
So I got Moth.
That was so cheeky.
That was a good play by Moth, seeing that Twilight got really low. What the heck? What? We want to watch the match, don't you, Buffer or whatever? You might see. I think it's still gonna be goats. Probably pretty prevalent on most maps. Okay, so the thing is, you're gonna see goats, but it's gonna be with Winston instead of Ryan. Winston's really strong against Ryan goats on like an environmental maps. Like before, on every map it was just Ryan goats, Ryan. But now you'll see on environmental maps Winston will be used more, and maps with high ground Winston's going to be used more because you can get a lot more value. You can like shred the armor a lot faster. So that's something I guess we'll probably see Winston, but I think it's still going to be like goat variations with the Winston, because Bap's little like field thing can get destroyed pretty fast. Maybe Shock should try a grab bomb combo at some point, yeah. God has Trance coming up. While we see the Trance come in, there it is to keep all them up. Super goes down, so now Rubber's gonna have a free shatter if they do keep it out. Snatcher's down. So now they're down both. Yeah, they need a background reset here. Wow. Snatcher has another grab though, so that they do have their grab combo again. They have one fight. Moth is gonna have to. Moth or Choi is gonna have to get the touch. Hopefully it could be Moth, so then they can set up their grab combo. If Choi has to go touch the point first, then they're not gonna be able to. They're not gonna be able to get the combo off that they want, because he's gonna get DMAC. He's gonna go to point, touch, maybe play on this left side, but then Snatcher has to go in fast to try and look for a grab to build a follow up here.
Needs to be a good one. Chayoman probably comes on the left-hand side here and gets that touch to force overtime.
Yep, so there's the touch. He's on point. Snatcher got knocked off. Shatter gets nothing. There's the grab. Bomb's coming over the top. Oh. And Super gets the shatter to clean it up. That's massive. Yeah, that was a big shatter by Super, because Bumper had to turn the shield to block the bomb. See?
Perfect setup for that Diva bomb explosion. The rest of the shock making sure that Choi would leave a bruise the next day.
See, Choi got the good bomb, but it like this wouldn't have got anybody if Super didn't get the shatter off. So it's still. Come on. God damn it. Oh, here we go. So yeah, here comes like because the bomb place is like here, so it's not the best. If the bomb placement was like, you know, up here, then I could see whatever, like Choi kind of like hard carry this, because it's gonna get everybody no matter what. But the reason why this actually worked out, because they have the shields, they have everybody shielding up this way. Super comes this way, shatters their whole team, and that's why the bomb actually got value. So this was all set up by Super doing that.
Just need to get these last couple of players off for the Titans. Twilight is hammered. He goes down. Bumper now throws himself at the point. Simon 2 comes in. Ladufus to try and keep it going.
That was good.
It's not meant to be. The shot take map 3. An unlikely victory. And again,
paid actors, dude. Paid actors over there.
Perfect setup for that Diva bomb explosion. The rest of the shock making sure that Choi would leave a bruise the next day.
Super connects with a shatter during that, sets up those 3 kills.
Oh.
He has a huge match. 12.
Take the team. It is essentially a fairly easy ultimate to avoid, but when you have 2 or more players, helping to set up that combo or preventing the enemy Reinhardt.
They actually did a grab combo,
You will
dude.
get moments like that.
And look what happened. The one time they do it.
In the self-destruct, you can only probably do one. And if you don't block the self-destruct, everybody dies right away. You don't block the shatter, everybody gets knocked down to the ground. You don't have your shield, and then you can't block anything.
But make no mistake, that was the Shock's last chance to do something that could turn the fight.
So now we got some
And
Dorado.
it happened exactly when they needed it once again. Dorado will be our next map in this series. And
What do you think needs to happen in order to break down
payloads,
goats?
because we didn't on Numbani, that's for sure.
Yeah, now this will be a traditional escort map, so there'll be a payload that starts at the beginning. You have to get it all the way. We have 3 checkpoints throughout the game, point A, B, and C. So this is the Vancouver Titans.
Oh yeah, dude. Moth uses the tiny key where he uses like the W ASD keys.
And the payload will allow it to advance at its maximum speed, and that right there is that first checkpoint. On top of that sort of golden sigil on the ground, this is the Americo power plant, the second checkpoint.
I think they just need a, like, the reason why Goats is so good right now is because of Brig. Because Brig gives the heal sustain as well as, like, they're trying to, like, keep all, like, the tanks up and stuff. So pretty much, like, if Brig wasn't in here, then there wouldn't be Goats. Because Brig just, like, allows Goats to be so strong. Like, all they're adding a bunch of damage and stuff like that to a bunch of the damage heroes. The only problem is that the damage only works if you don't get run over, and then Goats, you're just trying to run over people. So, like, I don't know, it's easier to run Goats than it is to run DPS comp. Like, it's just the more simple way that you can't, it's harder to fuck it up, you know.
That's where the payload will need to get to.
That's the reason why everybody plays this and not the quad DP. Like the quad DPS comp can beat Goats, but it takes a lot more skill because everybody needs to be hitting shots. With Goats, you're just all like clumped up together, and it's like, oh hey, let's just kill this guy, and you know it's not very punishable if you make a mistake, because then you can just get like bubble and resources and stuff. Once those resources are out, then yeah, you can get punished really easily, but in the beginning, though, if like fights and stuff, like it's pretty safe.
Team stands near the payload, they will contest it and prevent it from moving. So the Shock need to again have unfettered presence on the payload to advance it.
Yeah, and that's what you're going to see Vancouver do here on defense. So you see the Shock get onto the payload, they get it rolling. Vancouver playing very close around this corner. See, they're gonna just go up, contest it.
Does it go? They all have to drop to help bumper. They use bubbles early. So I'm gonna kite back since they had to use the bubbles early. They can't really hold here.
We usually see a lot of teams take that early first fight at that first corner because they want to get 2 fights as it keeps going. You see the payload as it goes under this underpass.
Yeah, probably should have stayed close to fight. Super actually gets knocked out of position here. Super gets low, but so he gets boot back up into again. Yep. So it's a good boot by Slime. Now that Super is down, they can just hard push in for free.
In a rare opportunity where Bumper is not the aggressor. You see, usually he's the one who starts that.
Oh, come on, dude. What the heck? Come on, buffer up. Here we go.
That time he let Super come in, dictate the pace of the play, and then the Super goes a little bit too far, and they're able to pick him off. Usually that's like
Super still has a better ult percentage, though. Here I have Grav and Trance coming up. Oh, Violet gets taken out. Now they have the free Discord. Super gets knocked in again. So 2 times Super gets knocked by Slime, and then that's just like an easy kill for the rest of the team just to capitalize on that one guy.
Yeah, I mean, it makes things a little bit more costly for the Shock. If they're going to start trying to win some of these fights, they got to invest as well. Twilight there. The Discord orb.
That high ground.
2 nice headshots takes out Violet.
It's not as easy as it looks, by the way. Those orbs have a distinct travel time, and people move fast in Overwatch.
No. Okay, whatever. We're waiting for that. So, the reason why people push up here afterwards, because if you try and push from main, you can get shot from all the different like sides and stuff. So you want to try and, the reason why you go left is once you push the cart, you can push together. From left side, your Zen can rotate either left, he can take shots out from like the middle. So it's just you trying to make it so you meet each other from like the same side. So then it's easier to, it's just like a head on and not like middle, and then you're getting like concave like surround or whatever. So that's the reason why they go from like left side, and go-to is want to try and like make it so you can do it like that. Come on, play. What the heck? Whatever.
Boop,
Boop, shatter. Doesn't get much value. Super gets the shatter off, but Johnny gets a good bomb to not let anybody show up or follow up on it. Ooh, Super has no shield. Ooh, and gets taken out. Out of position a little bit.
But both teams have lost their Reinhardts here, Matt. Yeah, it seemed like Super wanted to continue brawling this out, and the rest of the Shock went back towards the cart to start moving it. So, you know, they play a little
Yeah, so that was really good kiting, and then taking out Super. Then we can't really do a hard engage on that.
Stop him in his tracks, but you need a lot more damage than that. Zaya is very durable. She's considered a tank.
And I tell you what, though, as the series has gone on, it's...
I think it might be on my Twitter, Avenger. Or if you look under, you can click under clips, like on Twitch. And if you click on clips, I think it'll be like 9,000 IQ blockers, some random thing that somebody named it. I think it might be able to be around there. Do you just crouch and boop up to boop Ryan when you bomb? Yeah, you can do that, or you just knock him normally. But yeah, you go under him to knock, to boop him upwards.
Like that. Now he connects with another 3 players there, as opposed to Bumper only connecting with 1. You keep getting that many stuns off with that Reinhardt ultimate, your team's gonna make progress eventually.
And it's making the Titans scared to use the Graviton Surge because they know they can.
So they used the bubble early. That's why Super went in to try to get a hard engage, but Super goes a little too aggressive. His team's out here, and he went to hard push, and then he gets taken out here. So it was, you know, 3 fights in a row is a little too aggressive and gets punished for it.
Again, there are so many characters right now on the field that displace their foes.
Because with Ryan and Goats, if you make one small mistake of like pushing up a little too far, you get booped. You can get like rally or like the flail knocked, and then it just gets you put out of position really easily.
He was knocked out of position.
And Reinhardt, obviously not a mobile hero where he's able to like Winston, for instance.
Like you have to really stay like clumped up together as like Goats so that doesn't happen. And if Lucio tries to go in for the boop or something, then you can punish him with like a brig stun and all that type of stuff. So you really have to be really stuck together. But okay, cart's pushed up enough to where it's gonna be last fight, and if they can get the combo, they're not gonna. Vancouver's not gonna be able to get a recontest. So we'll probably see Rascal rally engage. They have to save transfer their grav, so I'm not gonna use that. Sinatra's gonna go. They should use grav combo here. Bumper and Super both have shatter coming up, but Super's gonna have to look for a pin onto Bumper to actually finish, to actually get value. Since they have transfer grab, they're not gonna kill through it unless they do the grab bomba with the pin.
I would not consider a sledgehammer wielding German man who's very burly to be mobile, and despite having a literal jet on the back of his armor. Well, it's not that
there we go, they're in engage. Oh, Troy gets a huge grabby. So there's the grab by Sinatra, there's the bomb coming over the top, and coming in from Super. There we go. And Vancouver's not going to be able to come back in time. So they're either getting 3 on, but there's no way they can contest anyways. Hey, well, I appreciate that, Avenger. Thanks for watching, man.
San Francisco's last chance to get to this first checkpoint. Now they do that, they get a time extension, but that doesn't give them a huge bank to lean on.
So now they're just holding high ground here because they want to try and keep the supports on high ground, but since they're trying to push them off, and then now they're flipping the map, because so actually a really good play by Vancouver here, because they know they're going to try and push them off high ground, and then Troy was going to get free cart push as they were doing that. So instead, as they walk through, they drop down to go to the point. So this, because this stops like the cart push, and now then it forces the shock to have to try and push them off, otherwise they're just losing time in the time bank right now.
Swap sides, so you see the Shock now is still on offense, playing from the defensive side of the map. Slime engages with the sound barrier here as the Vancouver
Shatter
Titans wanna
was
get aggressive,
kind
wanna
of
force out some of these ultimates from the Shock. The Shock don't fall for it,
ambitious.
though. The Shock have held onto their transcendence in
So Slime goes
sound barrier
down, Diva Bombs come out over the top, Bumper goes down. So eventually they're gonna be able to just kill him pretty fast, yeah. Aw. What the heck? Yeah, this match is pretty good, Aaron. I just wanted to stop having a buffer, dude.
Shot, but they find a pick on the one person that was propelling the Titans forward. They pick off Slime on Lucio at the start of that fight, and then the Vancouver Titans are stranded. They've swapped sides, so they're out of position. And they...
This is tilting. I just want to watch the match and not have it freaking buffer 24/7. Get off the Wi-Fi, bro. I'm connected right to my freaking Ethernet. I'm not even on Wi-Fi. So I don't know. If I just have to like click past this part. See, what the heck? See, now it works. But we missed whatever just happened. Maybe it's because I still have Overwatch running, but I feel like that shouldn't be that big of a problem.
The Shock have held onto their transcendence in sound barrier through
Whatever. Hopefully it'll go through now. Buy some better Wi-Fi.
Here, buy some better Wi-Fi.
Thanks 100 bits. Surprise, appreciate it, man. Okay, here we go. Nice, it's working again. Oh, okay. Well, piece of shit. Okay. Let's... I'm just gonna exit out of Overwatch. And then we'll see, maybe... Maybe that's why. Probably not, but who knows. Okay. Scene. Where's my YouTube? There we go. Okay. Who knows? Maybe that's what it was. The one from Twitch? No, this is from like the... Maybe I should watch the one from Twitch. It's the OWL website, yeah. Maybe is that why it's fucked? Yeah, I guess it's always like spamming. There's the guy from Sinatra.
Maybe it's just cause you're ugly.
Oh shit. Damn. Thanks so much, Mr. just because I'm ugly, huh? Feels bad, man. Sinatra uses Grav. Choi's getting close to bomb. They were out of position, but they do get a pick on it, so I guess that's okay. Is there Grav? They forced out the chance with Grav. Exo's gonna have to rally. Bumper has to look for a shatter here. Super has a shatter as well. So Bumper has to be watching to block this. Yeah, that's a good block. Bumper gets, Bumper gets 3. Follows up on Rascal. Still losable. Bumper's actually really low from Super. Goes down. Super goes a little overextended there. Gets punished for it. Damn. So much healing, and there's 8 seconds left for San Francisco to get someone on that payload. Think with someone to play Shrine? Yeah. Ooh, damn, he can't even get the touch. That was very cute by Axel. Again, Wrecking Ball is able to swing up into the air, but I mean, you know. Yeah, on a bunch of the maps that have high grounds and environmentals, you'll probably see Winston, but Ryan will still be used on some.
Have the swinging momentum.
We saw
Centripetal acceleration to get to the
he did use the grapple to actually try and make that play. Just Hacksaw pushing up. Wrecking Ball, pretty prominent hero in terms of like stall scenarios, trying to get back very quick.
So where is it, man, that you feel like the Shock got really stumped on this map? It took them a long time to get point A, and they didn't have a lot of time to play through that second phase of the map that was so close to getting that next checkpoint and a time extension.
You know, they had an advantage when they were getting close to...
Maybe I can just watch the the Twitch VOD, and that'd be better. I can try it. Overwatch League. Okay. Where's their videos? Wait, oh, this is the... Okay. Honestly, we were just watching off this. This is already freaking playing better than the other one.
So many characters right now on the field that displace their foes.
Screw it, dude.
Super really didn't have much choice but to stand there. He was knocked out of position.
Yeah, and Reinhardt, obviously not a mobile hero.
Himself up two. Momentum got stopped. That was very cute by Axel. Again, Wrecking Ball is able to swing up into the air, but I mean, you know,
I don't even think like, I could look it off Twitch. That's now we know.
Some elements of the rules of physics apply, and in that case, Jacobin didn't have the swinging momentum. Centripetal acceleration to get to the...
He did use the grapple to actually try and make that play. Just Hacksaw pushing up.
Oh, I guess we don't need this one
Wrecking
then.
Ball, pretty prominent hero in terms of like stall scenarios, trying to get back very quick.
So where is it, man, that you feel like the Shock got really stumped on this map? It took them a long time to get point A, and they didn't
What's up,
have a lot of
Boba?
time
Why
to
not
play
watch some
through that second phase
POVs?
of the map that was so close to getting that next checkpoint and a time extension.
You know, they had it.
That could be
Kicks
possible.
off and come and check it out live if you fancy it.
Just watch Bumper be out of position all the time and get countered for it.
So we'll see how the Shock decide to play this on defense. You see, they did get the first checkpoint, and then 93% of the way to the next one. So that's all the progress that the Titans would have to make to take Dorado. The Shock looks like they're going to play
Oh,
close
Sock's
up,
actually going to
just
go
like the
for a
Titans
Widow
played.
pick. No, of course.
Seems
Goats
to
v
be a
goats.
prominent strategy here on Dorado.
San Francisco
Super holding close because they know they have to...
early
Oh,
fight.
they're actually
Unlike
not
the
going to hold
Titans,
close.
all they give ground and back up, they back up. So both teams actually, you know, erring on the side of caution here.
Where they've had no caution.
I'm amazed they didn't try and hold close because they know they have to try and waste as much time as possible.
Perhaps they realize that they have to be a little bit more
But
conservative. Either way,
that's still fine.
the Titans now make their way through this
Okay, bubble used. Bumper pushes up.
Super, well, he might not have had a choice there. He was thrust into the mix.
So now we have to wait. Bumper's probably going to wait for the next bubble where he actually gets engaged. And they're probably, since they got card pushed up enough, now they're going to rotate. Because they don't want to try and take a fight here. Because if they... Oh my god. Really, I really have to hit the pause button. Okay, whatever. But yeah, once you get the cart to the middle, you're always going to rotate left, just because then once you push in here, it's, you know, you can meet the Ryans your supports have, covering everything. So you're not getting like stuff from all different angles, and it forces, like when you rotate to this side, it forces the main tank to like back out like a little bit, so then you get like extra free space again.
As much as possible.
I mean, the longer that he can keep his team sort of away from...
So pushing up, Super got bubbled. Bubbles are both down for both teams now. Super's still half, so Lump will probably look to get in her engage on Super now that he's low. Yeah. Hard pushing up Violets. Trance. Did he get it before Super went dead? Or was it like right after? Oh damn, yeah, he got it. Damn. Yeah, right before Super went dead. Big shout out by Bumper just because it's completely free. They look to focus the Zarya first, which is good. Yeah, I should have just capped it super easily. Yeah, there's no way they can hold that.
He's removed.
That's a rough first fight, though, for the Shock. I mean, the first fight decides that first point. The Titans, they unlock the second part of the map. 5 minutes to do it.
Sometimes they're gonna try and get the high ground because they don't want to leave high ground free just for people like the farm and stuff. They can try and they'll get high ground, and then they'll have I think their Diva probably can push the payload, because then Diva can just fly to the top when they need, and escape and stuff. So the rest of the team will probably push to try and get the high ground, push them off, and then whatever, Janu can fly up if needed.
Surge, you see both of their supports, Slime and Twilight, have their big sound barrier entrance.
I guess they're just gonna push the payload, not all go up top.
Yeah. Right there is huge. They're going to have to use Sinatra's Graviton Surge here to try and get an early fight win.
Alright, let's see. Sinatra, grab bomb. They'll probably use this fight. Titans actually do have their grab combo as well. It'd be better if they waited for... Are they dropped? I can't freaking see. Okay, they are dropped. So now they'll probably look for the grab combos here on either side. Whoever uses theirs first will win, because if you're proactive with your ults, then you get the most value. Because if let's just say Sinatra grabs right now, right? Troy can get his bomb, and then if they try and counter with their grab bomb, then John is not gonna be able to get the best bomb placement because he's gonna be stuck. He can't move. He just has to put it right on the top. So I don't know. Whoever does their grab bomb first is probably gonna come out on top on this fight. So Sinatra uses his grab. There's the chance, but no bomb used. Interesting. Sinatra definitely going down is... I don't know why they didn't use... Troy didn't use his bomb right after the grab. But they still held. Shadow for either team.
Just the sound barrier. That's definitely what the Shock wanted. They need more of it though, because the Titans still have 3 minutes 50 to get to that.
So both teams know they're gonna have Shatter up. Bumper needs to be able to be mirroring Super now to be able to get this block. Bumper's pushing up, letting Super. I mean, they do get the pick, but not paying attention to what Super's doing. Because so he knows Super's right there in the corner. But they do get they beat to help him out. So Rascal's out of position. Yeah, the beat engage, or the beat saved them, but
they were spotted immediately, and now the Titans are on the home stretch. They're so close to that gold box.
Yeah, I don't know if Rascal being there was the best. I think he was looking for the bash, like a bash shatter if they want to push it on Super. And the Shock were just a little bit too, weren't able to close enough to follow up. Sneakily behind the payload, but he is spotted out. The attacking team can see it. Now we got ourselves the game. They just snowballed with their ults.
It is 2-2 between the Shock and the Titans. The latter firing back most recently, and this is our first to 4. Multiple stages inside Ilios.
Right,
this one is Lighthouse, and it's characterized by
control. Dun dun dun. Who's gonna get it?
The teams will be competing over. The scary part about the Lighthouse is that 3 sides of it are surrounded by water. So there is a great risk.
We'll break out a rotation and we can figure. That'd be interesting. Goats want to be there if they did that. Let's see, goats on either side. We'll probably, whoever gets point presence first, is probably gonna get like either the first cap. It looks like Shocker's staying the high ground, which is fine. Violet gets some free shots here. By going on to point, they risk getting whatever like booped off, but then you also have the, I don't know, corner advantages. So it's just gonna come down to whoever gets poked out, who has the worst shield management, either Bumper or Super, when they get the touch.
Situation. Yeah, Vancouver, as you saw in the graphic, undefeated on Ilios, 5-0.
That is big.
You know, with their record and their map score, not a lot of maps that they could have dropped. 2 teams, but still very impressive.
Vancouver going to touch the point. These bubble early. Super getting really low. Oh, Twilight gets knocked off, so there's so that was a huge pick, but now they don't have Discord. Not having Discord just not lets them actually get that extra damage that they need, and they're starting to get rolled over, yeah. That's a huge play by Moth.
No point to the Titans fully capture the point, so they never accrued any percentage. Now the Shock will do that.
Yeah, when you take a look at this from
here we go.
Moth's POV, so using the Lucio Walrein to get up high, and then using the boop to place Twilight off the side.
Slime, his opposite number, was keeping an eye on him. He actually booped him up. Moth away.
So let's see what ults. What do they have coming up here? Grav, Shatter coming up for Vancouver, and Shock have. Sancho should probably build a Grav. He builds him pretty fast, so they're gonna have a Shatter play here. Once they drop, we'll probably see either Moth going for maybe like a boop Shatter, or just Super going for the aggressive Shatter, because if Bumper doesn't pay attention to him, unless his team just down the open again.
And it also allows Violet to build up toward that Transcendence.
Gotta be careful. I think Sinatra, one of his right clicks actually knocked him out.
Bumper's out of position. He's really low. Axel down. Yeah, they sneak it back out here.
Just as quickly. And look at the Shock. They're doing a lot of damage. They've not been forced to use any ultimates, so they're just building up a bank of them.
You know, it's when we talked about teams like New York, how defensive they are, we're always like, they're so much better as the reactionary team. Vancouver, they look great when they're the ones setting the tone. When the fight is coming to them and they're forced to react and make a judgment call.
Alright. Vancouver getting close to the grab bomb. I hope we'll probably see them not. They're at 50%. Should probably wait. They can do, you know, like take this fight slow or whatever, try and build this grab bomb combo, because since they don't have point control, they need to like clean wipe to be able to get the point. Like if they just get like one pick or trade picks, it goes in the Shock's favor. So with having them, they know that they have both support ults up. They have to play for this combo. So hopefully they play a little bit slow, build one of these ultimates. Bumper can look for a Shatter in the meantime. And then for the Shock, they're probably just going to. Honestly, they can play it. They'll probably rally engage right now and then look for a Shatter here.
They kind of hesitate a little bit. They're not exactly that lightning quick.
I mean, the onus of all
unless Troy can build his bomb up pretty fast here.
You can set the pace. You don't have to think about the response. The Titans, again, are
pretty slow. They get the grab. Oh, Sancho gets grabbed. Eden, that's huge. That's not good. Now they're flying back to point just to try and stall as long as possible. Bomb comes in by Troy. Actually gets Bumper.
Super was trying to set up a bomb combo, but Bumper was the only one felled by that one. Janu sat in the corner. Jokobin now just standing still to try and
Sancho coming up is might get booped here.
81% and more of the way towards winning because of how long they control the point for. Just 15% to go for San Francisco.
Should pretty much in one fight.
We did have to waste their bomb or Shatter. Just want to grab and got a bunch of value out of it.
Surges used during that fight. Sinatra's gets eaten up by Janu using that Diva defense matrix.
But
Sinatra's already had another one.
Yeah, this is actually insane that Sinatra already has another grab. So going into this fight, they only need is one fight to win here. They know they didn't use any of the support ults, so Sancho is probably still going to use his grab since that's the only ult that they have coming up. They have 85, so they could potentially try and like save for one other combo, but they're not even close. So Sancho probably look to, you know, make a play here. For Vancouver, probably gonna be playing for the grab bomb combo.
Earn another graviton surge here.
Because since they have point control, they can just kite back and play as slow as they want. Shock have to try and take the aggression to get them on point. So there's the grab. Good pin. Bumper try to get the pin. There's the pin off. That's good.
You accept this, Matt. You knew the Titans had a lot of ultimate abilities in reserve. You forced them to use them. by getting Sinatra to go aggressive with a Graviton Surge.
Yeah, I mean, Sinatra uses Graviton Surge. The answer for the Titans is the Graviton Surge of Somansu, Bumper with a Shatter, Twilight with Transcendence, and then Johnny also using Self-Destruct.
Oh, yeah.
Here now only has their support ultimates, Shock.
So the Titans won the fight, but they got hustled out of a lot of their
Their win condition right now for Shock is having to play for Super Shatter here. See, all the bubbles down. He comes out. So trying to focus Super down. No more bubbles on either side.
But they stack Sound Barrier in rally. They use 2 support ultimates.
Now they're just waiting to reset bubble usage again, and then they can re-engage. So we'll see who uses bubble first. It's a good grab. Good block on either side. Trading 2 for 2. But since Super's alive now it's going to be working in their favor. Because now they have the shield and Ryan's damage.
And what's more, they have ultimates left. Just in case the Titans make a desperate attempt to contest. 90% for San Francisco.
On Hacksaw makes such a sick play, actually kills Moth before the animation of the Sound Barrier goes down. So you didn't get a use out of that big support ultimate there for the Shock. They're still able to win it. Jonu trying to get a touch.
Trying to get the touch, now Sinatra gets a free grab because they got demeched. There's no way that they should lose on this one.
Might be headed over the edge. He's skating away now and realizes that that is it. The San Francisco Shock win the first round on Ilios. Trying to get themselves on towards that championship point, and this is where they do it.
And I tell you what, this would be a huge win for the Shock, obviously putting them on championship point, but also, you know, as we would go into like another halftime after this, Vancouver leaves the stage. They know they have just lost the map they've been undefeated on throughout the stage. Like, where is their mind?
Another halftime.
Being on that match point, looking down at potentially, you know, taking their
Goats
undefeated
versus
stage
Goats.
and throwing it in the bin with a loss here in the final.
We've seen the Vancouver Titans falter once before, in fact more than once, in fairness. The last time it was against the Chengdu Hunters when they were forced to play aggressively. Here is our next point of contention. This is Ruins. The teams will fight over that small, it's a lowered area.
So in Goats versus Goats, usually either you're gonna fight here because you're gonna want to like you can take control of the mega. Like if you can push out there, Ryan, and you take control of this like mega here, then you have the advantage. Or sometimes you go whatever. There's Zen and stuff is gonna go bridge side just because they have free like line of sight and shots. So either way, either they're gonna meet for the mega or Zen might rotate and try and get like free shots this way. But we'll see whichever one actually takes space and holds the space will probably end up winning the first engagement, unless they do something like pretty bad just because they have the health pack advantage.
So attacking teams or teams that don't control a point can fire in from the higher
So both
ground
Ryan's
to try
meeting.
and get early advantages or pickoffs.
They're both trying not to use shield, over shield first. Super gets low, so he's forced to kite back, and now Tiny takes the advantage and then pushes space here. This is really good. Good play by him. So now they have like the point control, and they can play like the reason why taking point control is pretty good because now it forces Shock to they have to push out like over the top and put themselves out of position to be able to even get damage in, because the Vancouver can just, if you know Bumper gets low or something, he can hide, like he can just drop shield and play this bottom spot and still get the swings on these people as they come over the top. So it's like he can save shield, get free damage, while Super and everybody else has to put themselves out in the open to even try and get a contest.
First heal, but look, Sinatra already at 100
But Bumper getting low, gets taken out.
It's almost like Bumper didn't exist. Vaporize there.
Down, that's really bad. So now Shark gonna be able to do that. You just get stunned.
Hit the gas.
And as I mentioned with, you know, the Vancouver Titans, potentially, you know, the mind game.
Didn't exist. Vaporize there.
Okay.
Rascal also assisting.
Ability is on.
Let's see what happened to.
Knows you don't have that.
What did Bumper do?
Heal, look, Sinatra already at
So he
100
met.
charge. Bumper's
Oh, he got
It's
stunned in,
almost
just
like Bumper didn't
hard
exist.
frag.
Vaporize there. Rascal
Didn't
also
have-
assisting with that elimination. And now the Shock know with a two-player advantage they can
Didn't
just
have the bubble
hit
there.
gas.
And as I mentioned with, you know, the Vancouver Titans, potentially, you know, the mind game.
That's
that would
really
go
good focus
on if
fire
they
by
were
the
to lose
Shock.
This one and go down to potentially match point. The Shock is a young team that they thrive in scenarios like this. When they start to get going, there's Super and Sinatra. There's some pretty interesting guys. They like to really get in the mix. talk some trash.
Ooh, wow, taking out Twilight.
Kill there. So now you move up, you get more aggressive here if you're the Shock.
This is similar to what happened for the Shock on the previous round of this map. They won the...
So this is a really good positioning by Shock, because since you have point control, you want to push up, take space, and then it forces them to not get pushed in for V and actually have to try and like waste resources to push past you, and then you can always just kite back to the point. So Choi being up here, you get the free damage, you know, you can shoot behind, you know, if they have a grab, you have the chance to, you know, eat it from behind or something like that. But holding it super close here, like your supports are pretty much going to be safe. Sancho has the free grab now, and yeah, we'll probably, maybe we'll see Choi trying to build up his friggin' Diva Bomb before Snatcher grabs, but
First fight, and then the next
yeah, Vancouver doesn't not really coming up on anything yet.
And then they were 85% by the time the Titans could retake. This might happen again.
You get those early
Pushing
pickoffs,
left
you don't
is
use any
pretty
ultimates,
risky.
Vancouver has to wait for
So you
everybody
can
to
get
get
stuffed
back.
really fast.
The Shock getting very close.
Eat it from
All six
behind.
ultimates coming
No.
online for the next fight.
Yeah, thanks so much for bits. I cheat it from behind. Yes.
And they're getting ready to receive the Titans. They know.
So now they're getting close to the grab combo still. Vancouver's both coming up, so there's the grab out. Doesn't have. See, happened again where Sinatra used his grav like a second before, and you see Vancouver always actually getting their combos off together and getting value out of it.
The Shock getting very close. They're going to have all 6 ultimates coming online for the next fight. 38% and
so you can like see it. Troy's at like 84%. Probably going to get to what, like 90 or something before Sinatra grabs. Like right here, if they really want to, because they're playing for whatever grab combo. Super Kid, you know, if he gets lower over, they can just like kite back and they can still give point control, and then they can recontest once they, you know, grab bomb or whatever. Because if they were to kite back, they can kite slowly out, right? And then once they get grab bomb, they can re-engage with it. But Sinatra is going to use his grab early. They don't have any combo to follow up, and then it's kind of just like a wasted where they could have got way more value out of it. So they go, they play their seed. Grab comes out. Choice at 90 and 3%. So both support ults, you know, up for like Vancouver. It's really hard to get any value out of a grab unless Super goes to whatever, get a pin. But if he goes for a pin, then he's putting himself at risk to getting shattered by Bumper, since both of them do have shatter up, and they've had it for a long time, so they know each other both have shatter. So I think Sancho's just jumping the gun again a little bit too early. Should have waited for the grab bomb combo here. So Super does get the pin on Hacksaw. Shatters come out on both sides, but here's the grab bomb coming out. Bumper, I think, got the pin, and that's why.
Jumping into Bumper, and the Shock still have control. The Titans are forced into a full.
I think those Bumper got the pin off of it. That's why Super went down. Yeah. So it was a little bit early of a pin from Bumper. So Super, like the boop is what ended up killing Super, not the pin from Bumper. So Bumper could have waited like, you know, half a second longer or whatever to get it off, but it's a good beat by Moth once they survived. But now that the Ryan's down, they can get Bumper, I don't, pushing up without resources and gets completely deleted. Bumper just had a hold shield. They could walk up, and then he tried to be way too aggressive, and they lost their advantage.
33% of the damage for the Shock here on Ilios. He gets another good grab. They could win this map.
The Titans' last chance now on Ilios to stay in the map. They have to win.
Yeah, Vancouver's probably gonna look. They have to look for a grab play here. Grab play, Bumper shatter in the corner. Bumper's going really aggressive. Got staying on a half. Sancho now has his grab up. So look for probably Cracker at the corner. He has to watch for the Diva. There's the grab. Guys coming on either side now. Oh, Bumper gets a pretty good shatter. That's That's massive.
He lays the shock low, and now with Rascal going down, Sominsu finding the pick on Sinatra, the Titans.
Ooh, Super. Super uses his shatter at the end when 3 people in his team are down, when he could have just saved it for this next fight. Maybe won the fight off of it. So that time Super didn't get any value from. There was no reason to shatter at the end there. You weren't going to win. Like, you're at 99%. You're down 3 people, 99%. He should have saved it. And then now going into this fight, now you have a win condition. Because right now, they're pretty much dry on ultis now. They have no win conditions. They're just going to have to, you know, play. Now they're giving like Vancouver like the advantage now because they have to go into a dry and just try and farm ults like by playing it slow.
The team Kongdu. They took a trophy there. They're looking for the first one to fill the cabinet here in the Overwatch League. 24%.
The Shock just playing it slow right now. Vancouver rally engaging. Hard pushing up. Shock can't really don't have anything to counter it.
And this is the Titans we've seen all stage. Rally, get aggressive.
So it was a good engagement that they had the advantage there.
That I think is the Titans you need to see throughout the remainder of this series. The aggressive team.
They need to switch back to being the instigators, the bullies as it were. They need to take San Francisco's lunch money and that capture progress. So the Shock know that they're visible right now to the Titans in what they're doing.
Alright, so let's see. 55%. Vancouver has grabbed bomb. So let's see. They're probably going to be playing to use, if they can, Bumper's probably going to look for a shatter early and then they can build it up, or they're going to look for grab bomb and like save shatter. They shouldn't use all 3 of these ults because they still have 1 fight left. So they need to try and save some resources for the second fight as well. So we'll either see if Bumper gets a shatter fast enough, he'll probably use it, or they're just going to use grab bomb combo here. And Shocker trying to build up, you know, whatever their combo, because Ross is going to have to probably rally engage this fight, and Troy's going to have to look for. They actually can save from the next fight. So if there's Sinatra, if Shocker's smart, they could just invest rally on this engage, force them to use grab bomb, and then save their grab bomb once they build it for the next round. Or not like the next fight, because they still have it's still a 2-fight territory right now. It's only 50%. Or just play it slow enough to when they get it. But
the Titans have a lot to work with. The Shock are better off just trying to get this fight over with as quickly as they can, because based on ultimate advantage,
Super's getting low. Force the trance. Now they have to free grab. So now it's 1-fight territory here. Grab comes out. Super shattered. Bomb. This is just miscommunication by Soimitsu and Janu. They throw the grab out, but it looked like Janu didn't have his boosters and wasn't in position to actually get the bomb off. So a little bit of a miscommunication there, kind of cost them to waste 2 ults to not really get much value out of it. Now Bumper's getting low. Sinatra does have his whatever, they have their grab combo off, so now they can secure this point pretty easily, because they if they get the combo off, because Super doesn't have a shatter either. So there's the bomb. Super can get the pin. Goes for the pin, hits Twilight now though, and then now because of that puts himself out of position there, since he missed the pin onto Bumper. Troy can get the contest from behind, but yeah, misuse of ults there kind of costed them.
The Shock have to get here now, but they've lost Moth already, their shot caller, their main support. Troykoven threw himself at the point, and Super has to do the same, but there's no other options left for the Shock. The Titans were on the precipice of losing this map. And in a labored arm wrestling style,
paid actor.
they finally take control. And now we're going to get ourselves 3 rounds on the map of Ilios also. This next round will be deciding map number 5.
The last stage left on Ilios will be well to decide who takes this map, who goes on to championship point. So you see the capture point here. It's this entire area. not including the well. You go down the well. You don't want to go back to respawn.
Ooh, okay.
So,
Super
look
using
to
the
see some of those
monkey.
heroes that can displace, like Moth playing that Lucio and then Slime 4.
So kind of like
to make a
this
play.
comp, you don't.
Looks like Vancouver.
The reason why Rhyme Goats isn't the best on well, because to be able to contest the point and stuff, it's you are really easily boopable into the pit, or if you run goats and the other team is running, you know, this Orisa comp, you can just out rotate them, and as you're trying to push onto them, you can get the orbs and halts into the pit, and just getting like whatever free damage. So this shock comp is pretty good at, but they have to look for an engagement, and they have to try and take out the McCree. If they can take out the Kree or Zen, like one of these two, then they'll have the advantage. But they have to super probably play like, you know, top left or something, but they have to try and save like a bubble engage, because they want it. They have to push into this team, otherwise they lose if they try and play it slow.
So this is going to be something a little bit different. We've only really seen 3 tanks, 3 supports throughout the entire thing. Somin Su will play McCree, a damage dealer. He can sit at range behind Bumper's Orisa, can play behind this big shield.
So we'll see if they rotate them. They're pushing left. They probably want to rotate to the right side, which looks like that's what they're doing.
Rewards accuracy. Somin Su has that in spades.
So they're just trying to hard, like, keep on rotating away from them. This is a really good position.
Very hard to shift out of position.
Super jumping from the top. Got bubbled. Here, this is just like whatever, like nitpicky and stuff, but Super could have waited a little bit after the bubble goes away from Sinatra before he uses, because then, so when he jumps, he uses his bubble right away, but he could have saved. I guess we waited a little bit longer, so that's fine. Oh, Super gets taken out though.
And that's where it gets dangerous for the San Francisco Shock. If Super
the rest of the team didn't
Winston, you have
come up with him.
Played by Somin Su, who's got the flash.
Oh, nasty!
Almost takes out
Yeah, they need a hard push in together. Super went out, but this team didn't follow up.
For the Vancouver Titans to make Super's life very hard.
Now, I don't know how Cowboys got flashbangs, but McCree has one, and that stun that it causes was how they were able to pick up the kill on Rascal there. If you're the San Francisco Shock, you need to find a solution to this team composition the Titans are bringing.
I mean, the way you
need to rotate
just
and
to
dive.
past the Orisa shield. So it's not like a Reinhardt shield where you can hold it up.
So this is good. The Super went from the right side. The rest of the team is going left. Now they've both chances.
Doesn't find anything though, but now is forced to fight up very close with enemy tanks, which is not where you want to be as McCree.
Up by Sinatra.
Super going down here. And the
Doesn't really have any follow-up. Wow.
A lot gets thrown at the by the Shock, but the Shock can't complete it. Now everyone down the well. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
The only benefit there for the Shock is that they flip the point during that. So they do gain some percentage.
The next fight,
Vancouver holds on to
how
that
close
point
the
the
series
whole
was,
time.
yeah.
They're up by nearly like 50% right now.
They have Bongos
Shock
beat coming into this.
More trouble.
Shock has to try and look. Super is coming up on his primal rage though. So what Super needs to do is try and take like an early, like a slow, I don't know, like Sinatra needs to give him bubble, and then when they hard engage, they need to try and put all the resources into protecting Super till he gets the primal, and then after he gets that, they can, you know, they can rally engage right now with, you know, being ready to pocket Super, and then they have bombed. They can do, you know, primal bomb combo once Bumper Shield's down. Because even if he places a new shield, Super can get the easy knocks just into the Diva Bomb. So they should try and combo these two ultimates together, but they'll probably engage with Rascal ulti. I think Times are just going to just save there. Bomb to counter. Because they know they have to dive on top of him. Super right above. Super's getting pushed down now. Gets the bubble. He just gets taken out. He's going... Super's going a little... to barely just misses his primal, but... I think it's because he gets scouted. He should have just jumped out. Like right here. Okay, he gets whatever, like taken out. By the time he lands, I guess his whole team is with him right now. But Rascal couldn't actually push in. Like they have to try and look to get on their tree, and Rascal got pushed out backwards, so they didn't actually like hard commit together.
the room to use it effectively, but it may not matter. The shock.
I mean, Winston Goats is still good, but they need to focus like a squishy target. Right now, it looks like Super and stuff, they're all just meeting tanks. Like every time when they've dropped in or whatever, it's always just they're meeting the tanks. They're not actually going on one of like the squishy targets. Like if they can kill the Kree in this comp, like get Rascal to get up in their face. They have Choi to get close and stuff, then they should be able to kill one of these squishies. If they just meet tanks the whole time was what they're doing, then they're just gonna keep on just getting stuffed, because you're not gonna be able to kill Ariso through all this pocket before they get all their free damage off.
If they lose it, though,
so this comp is good, but you have to attack like squishies and stuff with it.
Forward with the bubble, and the Titans just drop down. Use slime to boost their movement speed, and guess what?
Because if Sinatra goes to DPS, and they have to swap up their whole comp.
Behind that bubble. The Shock are the ones that have to crack this code.
And you don't want to recontest with recontesting with the Orisa comp is not very good. So like if they wanted to swap, they would have to swap Rascal to like a DPS. Those go like a 2-2-2 pretty much. If they want to try and like recontest with this, so that's the reason why like this comp is still good.
Pretty much straight away, Deadeye coming out now,
and comes out. Oh, it takes a choice. 1-1.
Slime goes down. The Titans have lost a very key part of this puzzle. They're not a mobile team. They've lost their only speed boost, and now they've lost Bumper. The Shock.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna stay on this comp to recontest.
So they keep themselves in the race.
So the Shock, when they take the point here,
we'll
you're going to have to see some switches potentially from Vancouver.
Yeah,
it's
they
very
swapped
difficult to attack with the Orisa.
They're switching off.
Yeah, so now they switch it off. They'll have Bumper move off of Orisa onto Winston, and Someone soon not going to play the McCree anymore.
Since Shock had to invest some ults there, there's not really big ultimate disadvantage. Not just getting close to his grab here. So it's not just can build up his grab pretty fast. So they're only going to have beats to really counter it, and they can burn through that pretty easily.
If they switch those heroes, they're going to start from 0. Where you see Sinatra already getting close to a grab.
Shock have to be flawless now to maintain control of the point. They cannot give the Titans an inch.
Yeah, they're just trying to play safe for this grab because that's their win condition here. Once Rascal gets rallied, they're probably going to pop in and they can look for an engage here. Super's going in deep. Rascal should probably rally to try and save Super. Okay, so they have the chance to get Super up now. Now Rally's going at the same time. Not the best, but...
Slime is stunned up. Twilight is picked off. That's what the Shock need in this fight.
D-bomb over the top,
and mind you, the Shock are already at 80% here, so they do have the primal rage to use from Super, that Winston ultimate to stall out. You see how aggressive they're being. They're going to use.
Yeah, this is a really good push by the Shock. They want to try and push them as far as they can with their advantage here.
Starting to blossom now for the Shock. The Titans are forced to use a Transcendence to even get to the point. They need that ultimate for when the fighting gets real, and they've used it already. Sinatra gets himself a sound.
Oh.
Axel down first, but Choi Coben again gets rid of Somin soon.
Nice, that's a huge. Now Sinatra's still, up, he's on another grab as well.
Bring it back now at 99%. All they gotta do is clear off the point, and it's Slime that was trying to keep them in there. Now it'll be an attempt across the side from Twilight, but he also is taken down.
Yeah.
Reinforcements are on the way for the Titans, but they're too slow.
What a comeback!
The Shock.
Sinatra building all his grabs, dude.
Now for a championship point. They look like they were in the dumpster at the start of that round. But they do exactly what the Titans did and bring things back, and now it's just one map that they need to be crowned the Stage 1 champions, man. Insanity! Oh, man. Wow.
We should remind everybody.
Not many. Not in the playoffs. Not many. Not enough to lose a full Korean contenders was even strong. A significant difference. And then the payload would move through the
Alright, let's get it. Some King's Row.
See where point B is. And then you kind of move through
wow,
the
Shock using some DPS, dude. Who would have thought seeing some DPS players?
You see that large circle at the end. That
That's
would be
full on
point
debate.
C, completing the map.
And if you're with us for the Dorado map, it is very similar, except you need to capture the point to get the payload. Whereas on Dorado, you have the payload as soon as you walk out.
And these two teams that actually,
so probably see the Goats v Goats.
Played this map against each other. It was down to the wire. Sominsu and Sinatra both broke like damage records in that map. It's a really great Reinhardt and Zarya map.
The Shock now wondering what's on the other side of Destiny.
So we'll see how the bubble usage goes. Whoever uses bubble misuse it first. Probably end up losing here. Alright, bubble comes out for bumper. He disengages. Now bubble's down, so they need to kite back and disengage. They get Chalk did a really good disengage there, and then because bumper wasn't shielding his Zarya went out and got taken out really early. So if you're gonna do those engages, you just have to try and, if you're gonna commit, you have to commit by disengaging like that and not bumper not being in the front, and then just let his Zarya out just die for free. Super now. Getting kind of low. They just need to reset and regroup. Snatcher actually has grabbed fast. They have no support ults. Didn't have any follow up because Super was on the opposite side. They could have waited a little bit for that. Ooh. Violet gets the good chance off now and just get the free hard push on them.
And the shock now looking much better. And Sinatra uses that Graviton Surge, and there's no kills that follow up on it because Super is so low. Can't go in there and swing with the hammer. That'll be the shock, though, that take point A. They use the Transcendence, they get aggressive behind it, they back Vancouver into the corner.
Now they have Shadow coming up as well. Shadow for either side.
They want to push some of the players back from Vancouver who got to spawn further up and allow them to move the payload through some of the streets phase uncontested.
The shock just took the first checkpoint, but they were standing just now by the second checkpoint.
It's not just trying to build his grav up. That's why he's pushed up a little bit there. Has to be
from quickly getting back into a position that would favor defenders. You see, the Titans now have to be very careful as they make their way down the streets, not knowing who will be around the next corner.
They use bubble early, so now they're gonna, yeah. So by bumper getting bubbled early, shock to call this really well. They get like a hard engage onto bumper because they know that he doesn't have his bubble. So bumper just being, you know, put out of position real quick. Like I don't know if they're gonna be able to get killed through the trance, but they should have looked to combo both of these at the same time. They use the bomb, I think, to like counter their engage, but they could have comboed, but they didn't even need to. So I didn't have a chance yet.
And bring the shock to a halt. Now you'll see the Titans push up. They still have a little bit of remaining on the rally there.
Let's see this.
First checkpoint, but they were standing just now by the second checkpoint. That's how much space they try to take away from the Titans.
Let's see what goes down.
Into a position that would favor defenders. You see, the Titans now have to be very careful as they make their way down the streets, not knowing who will be around the next corner.
Yeah, so that, see, the bubble was way too early, which lets Super push past, look for whatever the shatter, and then it forces Twilight to use a trance just to even keep Bumper alive.
Ready to swing that hammer, they catch Bumper out again. He gets discorded, but the Transcendence comes in just in time, this time from Twilight.
Oh, top.
Graviton Surge, another one from the shock, and the Titans have to use a sound barrier here. Twilight's in deep trouble. He's on the payload.
But because they didn't have chance for theirs, for their grav,
they find their feet.
they ended up losing that fight.
And bring the shock to a halt.
Now you'll see the Titans push up. They still have a little bit of remaining on the rally there. Bumper has his own Earth Shadow. It's a big win for the Titans, Mitch. Now that payload starts to move around that first corner.
Yeah, Bumper has to try and look for a big shatter here.
Shock's at a really good time taking point B as well. Now the Shock have to work for it. You're starting to build some of these ultimates back up again.
Super drops down.
Push them down. They use bubble early. Bumper now probably doesn't have to kite back now. He has no shield. Probably now hard engaging with the trance. Bumper probably look for shatter after this. He can survive. Shields down. Needs to look for shatter, but he's too low, so he can't. So that's a good.
Yeah, Bumper not able to get out of the way. You saw his Reinhardt shield was broken. Super with the charge in. They're trying to go in and finish out some of these players as soon as Super falls. So the
So Super died, so now it's 2-2. Sinatra a little bit far up and gets taken punished because of that.
To decide to invest ultimates in that fight, and it does work.
I think they saw that point B was going to slip from them. They did not use some of those ultimates.
They had to get aggressive.
They had to.
So this next fight, we're probably going to see Vancouver doing a rally engage. Bumper looking for shatter. Super does have a shatter though, so they both have to be like careful of each other. Bumper needs to make sure that his team is going to be with him at all times. Shatter off. Super now has his own. Bumper has to hold shield here, so that's good. Just holding shield.
Neither of those ultimates yield many kills, and now
Super tries to go for the jump shatter. Doesn't get any value out of it.
Straight into the shield of Bumper, but still the aforementioned
Well, Bumper went a little bit too far there into the enemy back line. When he could have should have just disengaged.
Well, I just don't think that the Titans have really had this much experience when a Reinhardt is as aggressive on the other side. Usually when Bumper is playing against a lot of the other teams in the league, they play very passive. You know, he comes in with all this pressure, he's charging, he's trying to flank.
He'll actually get the touch.
Now you see
So the chance is coming out. Oh, Rascal is getting down. Oh, big shatter by Super. Comes Bomb. Takes out Zarya. Oh, Blue Shadow coming up by Bumper, gets knocked. Doesn't get any value from his charge, and now with a chance. And lets him cap it. Well.
Who gets the transcendence, the Shock get that second checkpoint. I mean, Bumper spent so long thinking he's the biggest guy in the gym, but Suvi's been lifted. I mean, he's been lifting the burger to his lip, but he's been lifted one way or another. And he shows up with some real attitude, some real grit. Sinatra with another Graviton Surge, so...
Yeah, so I'm just gonna look for the grab from behind him right now. It's fine, grabbing the main tank is completely fine like that, because now you get the free push. Since they know Super has Shatter, that they can't really push up without their main tank, or Super is gonna get a Shatter here. Super went for their Shatter there, but not gonna make much value, maybe got bubbled. But I was gonna get beat to the enemy team, has to be careful.
The Titans are very close to their own spawn, which means
Ooh, Super going down, it's not good.
Less far, should I say, to walk to get back to the scene of the battle. The Shock, however, don't have that luxury here. They need to win cleanly to get to the end of the map. 2 minutes and 15
How many games have you reviewed?
for San Francisco.
What's on? I've done the whole. I started from the beginning of this match. So, what, 5?
He's kind of stuck in that.
This is the 6th one.
The last hallway there, not really able to get out without that shield. You're going to have a Graviton self-destruct combo. They've been very good setting up those so far.
Both of these teams have the same ultimates coming into this fight. Bumper will have an Earth Shatter on top, but essentially, both of these squads are looking to have their Zaryas land big Gravitons and then follow up with perhaps a bomb finish from either Diva.
Grab comes out. They didn't combo their grab bomb. Let me see, did he not have it?
The last hallway there, not really able to get out without that shield.
Yes, they have grab. Shock has grab combo with bomb coming up, which they should use together. And Vancouver has the same thing, grab combo as well. So there's the grab. Troy hasn't used his bomb yet. Don't know why he hasn't. Because they can, kill all these. Super can go for like the pin still. Yeah, I think it just might have been maybe Troy didn't have his like shift, or it was a miscommunication that like Sinatra didn't communicate when he was going to use his grab, because they should be using those on top of each other, especially if they're trying to finish off the cap point. So now Vancouver actually gets their grab bomb off. Because again, value on it because Bumper couldn't get the pin on Super. Now both main teams getting up on the Shatter soon. Bumper's getting low, he should be playing over on this side, which now he's rotating over to now since he needs to get heals. Yeah, Super elbow, so they're going to take the engage here. Whoever shield breaks first is going to lose here. It's going to be Bumper versus Super. Bumper goes for the Shatter. Gets Sinatra, but he should have waited a little bit longer for the shield to break, since the shield was so low. Grav going out. Yeah, they just get taken out. They didn't have any support ults there.
As long as they win the fight, it doesn't matter how long it goes for.
Well, the Shock, they don't invest their own grab there towards the end, Mitch. They hold on to their grab in self-destruct combo.
Is this going to be down to Choi Hyobin again to save the Shock and get them the map completion? He's done it twice in this series.
Yeah, because they never get their grab combo off. They have to get their grab combo off this time. So either when they push up, they can look to try and like focus Janu, or they have to do something to be able to get this grab combo off. And they know Bumper doesn't have his Shatter yet, so if they do it fast enough, Super can get the pin super easily, but Sinatra has to get it like on the cart, or like not on top of the cart, but around like the corner of it, and you can get an easy pin. So they have to get this combo off.
To force out the Transcendence of the Titans and then use the combo.
It's go time now for the San Francisco Shock, for the Titans want to start this fight first. Trigo has to stay alive. He's
there's the grab. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, didn't get any value from their grab bomb again.
The Shock are a little bit of trouble. They're corralled into the small hallway, and now Moth and Fire let down. There's only one support player left, and it's not enough healing to keep the Shock alive. They have to stay up on this high ground platform.
Think if I had either of their grab bombs. Well, it doesn't matter if they, because okay, so it's not, so if they have the bubbles, right, they still do the grab bomb, then the main tank can still get the pin onto the Ryan, and then it still kills everybody else because they'll be having like the bubbles. So you can, if you pin the Ryan, it's gonna take his bubble and then he dies to the Diva Bomb, or you charge him farther back to where even if he does get bubbled, you're still going to be killing somebody else in the grab. If you just grab without using bomb, and then it's just, you're getting no value from it.
This is ours to take. Let's win the finals, guys. Just one more map.
Just finish it.
Just one more
And we
map.
can go home.
I mean, your job's not that hard, is it, Sinatra?
Just win.
Coming to work, playing some
You
games.
sound so excited.
Go home.
But again, for them, it has to be this simple. They can't make it out to be anything, you know, over the top. It just has to be as simple as finishing the series. I mean, for guys that are 18, you know, to understand that is very impressive. These guys really put a lot of work into developing a champion's mindset.
You know, these are two of the younger teams that we have in the Overwatch League. Like, this is a matchup you will probably see time and time again. So that is where Vancouver Titans needs to get the payload once they unlock it.
So when it starts, we just need to pay attention to like the bubble usage and see who uses bubble first, or if somebody messes up on like their bubble play. Because who's forced to use their bubble first, the next team is going to be able to hard engage, or Vancouver is just going to take a really hard engage with the bubble on the bumper.
Whether it's point A or B, or even play towards the end. Save some of those ultimates. Play the time game here.
Is this where it ends? Is this where the Shock hold off the Titans? Or do we have to play another one?
So the only thing is going for bubble, so they're rotating the right side.
We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Right now, though, the Titans want to try.
So there's the bubble engage. They mash bubbles, so now the both team has no bubble. Now it's just the most damage. Bumper's getting half. They do have one. Ooh, Bumper past the kite back now. That was a good like a right click by Violet. That's Bumper low there.
Very good today. You see him come around the corner without the shield.
So they push it back over the corner again. There's the bubble on. Bumper's are trying to engage, but Shocker just playing super reactive right now.
Using the shield bash, but he's in trouble. Rascal could be caught inside the hotel. He does get out, but these two teams have now
Semi grabs point control, though. Shock have to you have to try and look for like an aggressive play here. So there's the rally engage. Both Ryan's getting close to their shatters. Oh, that's a good.
Waiting for his turn to use the grab, but he might not have the opportunity. He's knocked down. There's the graviton surge, but Slime's the only one caught. Sinatra has to make the most of that one, and it works. He gets rid of the Lucio. The Shock are holding on for the time being, and Janu is going to be.
Let's see.
These two teams have now swapped places. The Shock have to be the attackers now, despite being on
Sinatra
defense
needs to grab the Lucio.
And here's the rally coming out from both sides. Huxel and Rascal using them respectively. 84.7% for the Titans.
There's a chance out to keep them up.
And look at this, they're waiting out the Transcendence. Sinatra waiting for his turn to use the grab, but he might not have the opportunity. He's knocked down. There's the graviton surge.
Wait, I just messed this up.
Transcendence, Sinatra waiting for his turn to use the grab, but he might not have the opportunity. He's knocked down.
Okay, I don't think he meant to get Slimer. I think he's trying to like shoot it over here, because he didn't even see Slime behind. Slime kind of just like fell in and got hit by it. Because I mean, Slime is almost at his beat, so it ended up working out because then they could kill Slime before they got the beat off. But pretty sure he was probably aiming at his team or whatever, or all these other people.
The graviton surge, but Slime's the only one caught. Sinatra has to make the
but it ended up being really well for doing well for them because then Slime couldn't get his beat off of it, and they ended up capping the point because of they didn't have that support ult.
They will keep the unmatched Diva alive for as long as they can and clean up Sominsu. Best possible result for San Francisco.
Well, the Graviton Surge looks weird because it's only just Slime stuck inside of it, but Shock doing a good job just calling ultimates. They know that Slime had the sound barrier online, and you force him to make a decision. Does he use the
Not
sound
going to the
barrier
next
to save himself
fight.
and
They
not
probably
get anybody else in the team?
look to
Or
hard
hold on to it? He
engage.
decides
They
to
have
hold on to it.
they have a beat bomb here. Solar Shatter.
To use sound barrier.
Super's not even close, so Bumper can be as aggressive as he wants with the Shatter.
Even if he wanted to. And now the Titans push again once more. Bumper gets a
Ooh, Bumper's going really aggressive on himself there to meet.
Super also taking a ton. Look at Moth in the background.
Oh, wait, did Moth not get his sound barrier off?
To use sound barrier, and he was suspended above it, so he couldn't have used his ultimate even if he wanted to. And now the Titans push again once
Yeah, because
more.
Bumper, he's going way too far. His team's all the way back here, and he's kind of like hard pushing up here like this. Not very good. Not very good. Super punishable, and he almost gets punished for it. So they have to beat Bumper to keep him alive. Oh, Moth goes for his beat, but does it in front of Hacksaw. Hacksaw gets a huge stun on a Moth, and that is now. They don't have that support ult to protect him. Now Super low. Super goes down. Now Moth goes down because of that. Yeah. So that was a really big stun by Hacksaw.
And get the Titans on the road. 4 minutes and 10 now on the clock, and they've accessed the payload.
Nice, you trio just trying to get somebody to take him out. Does not want to be stuck in pilot even for too long. Twilight does it for him.
Check out this, man. This is a tough one for the Shock here. Moth in the background.
Yeah, they actually almost take out Slime before he gets that off.
Sound barrier, look at this.
And that was huge. That was a huge stun.
Shut it down. And to make matters worse, Slime just got that sound barrier from the fight before.
And that's the second time Hacksaw has done that this series. He got Moth out on Ilios. When we were over in Lighthouse, he was able to do the same exact thing.
So let's see. Going to this fight, Vancouver is going to be looking to. They can, since the card's pushing up past here, because Shock couldn't hold it close at the bridge. This is going to be like a one-fight territory for this point. So they're probably going to look for their grab bomb over here. Shock has to use their grab bomb as well. Hopefully, Shock will be the ones that get the. If they can do it first, then they'll probably get a lot more value out of it. But I can see the Titans doing like a speed, and then whoever gets their combo off first is probably going to end up winning the engage.
For the next fight, ladies and gentlemen, they do not have that sound barrier anymore. They lose it.
So now someone who's coming up through the top. Oh.
This is exactly what the Titans tried to do to Sinatra when they last played.
Wait, did they grab each other? Wait, did both? Wait, did they both just grab each other?
And to make matters worse, Slime just got that sound barrier from the fight before.
And that's the second time Hacksaw has done that this series. He got Moth out on Ilios. When we were
Taking the Zaryas out, the super usually you win the fight because of it.
And that means the Shock don't get to keep
It's not just going through the high ground.
They do not have that sound barrier anymore. They lose it. They still have a bunch of ultimates.
Oh.
Like this Graviton Surge, and it's not just late at Sominsu.
Yeah, both of them go in the same spot.
Focus down the enemies.
So the Zaryas going down. But Bumper's down, so they get the free Shatter. But Sominsu's like getting free shots from up above. They need to try and deal with him.
Sominsu has to drop down now, but he still wants to fight. Looks like the rest
Just
of the
right when Super Shield breaks, it's going to be over for him. He's super low.
Oh, this could be nasty. Oh, Sominsu chases him down.
Yeah.
Caught out by
Not having the Zarya there.
And the Titans need to be careful here. It needs to be measured aggression. Look how far forward they push.
And now he has another grab.
Shock are, and that payload is about to get to that checkpoint.
Yeah, you can see the checkpoint at the top of your screen, so close to getting there.
Oh, they just touched just in time. The Shock kick this one contested here. They
Oh, they just Solar Grab Super. They can take him out, then it's pretty much like a free cap almost.
Policy to keep the Shock away. They still haven't quite got that checkpoint, but they will. They've been forced to spend ults on it, but they'll take it anyway. And now the road is clear, Matt. The blue box of victory from Sominsu's perspective is where the Titans need to get to. It's almost the end of the map. They've got 3 minutes and 45 seconds to do it.
He's so charged up as well, just laying down these alternate fires, these big grenades, right? Just does AoE damage here. Shatter doesn't get anything.
What was he trying to shatter here? What was he trying to do here?
He's so charged up as well, just laying down these alternate fires, these big grenades.
Super out of position.
Just does AoE damage here.
Okay, so he just go, yeah. Oh, okay, so he forces trance with it. Super pushed out, and not Super should be playing this corner by him pushing out like whatever this far. Lets Super get the free shatter. So Sinatra gets the bubble, but he's aiming at the Zen, so it forces Violet to do the trance right here. So this is actually works out like in their favor. A shatter for chances. Pretty good. But now they need to cut back and re-engage after trance is out. Oh, that's big boot by Moth.
Tried to help Bumper set up a big combo there by bashing into Super, but he couldn't get past the shield. That's why Bumper's Earth Shadow just didn't look like very much.
And I tell you what, the shock, you know, if Bumper's able to live there, you probably see a disengage from the Titans. The Titans have a good shot at taking it. Rascal and...
So let's see, going into this fight, Sancho does have the grav. They do have both the portals for it. Choi's getting close to his bomb, so they have to wait for Choi to get his bomb. Choi has to build his bomb up, then to be able to get value, because this is their win condition right here. Super can get a big shatter, but I could see them just trying to use that combo. And then on the other side, Vancouver only has grab right now. They forced the trance the last fight because of shatter, so they actually have a free grab. So we'll probably see the Suminsu using his grab this fight and then trying to get like a hard engage, but Bumper has to be careful for super shatter, so we can't really go for a pin or swing into the grab like without worrying about having to block that.
Violet both use their support ultimates at the same time. You layered the Transcendence in the rally on
pushing
top
off
of
Choi.
each other.
Choi's on the other side. They do have a free grab right now. Sounds like he might be using it. Choi's now through the top.
It is possible. But Minsu wants to end this right now. You can see the deadly intent with how he steps forward here. And now that he knows that the shock are all corralled off to the side, he has a dastardly plan.
So now they're getting close. Grab combos on either side. Choi gets the mech. Now they're going to get the free grab. Oh, it's a big bomb.
It's getting a bit ridiculous now, but again, it works.
I think it's because of the shatter from Super, right? Yeah. That was a big sign.
It's getting a bit ridiculous now, but again,
Choi's playing out of his mind.
Oh, it was another shatter from Super.
It looked like the shock were done when you saw that shatter from Super. 2 kills was all that Choikoven needed to get from the bomb, because Rascal was there and still fighting.
Super's got to be close to some kind of record for shatter stuns in a match. Shatter from Super.
Waterfire uses Graviton Surge to make it possible for them to contest the payload. He says he's going to let it go right now.
No, it wasn't. Like, this wasn't planned. He had to use his bomb to demech. But then, since they were Bumpers out of position, Super gets the shatter onto these two. So was this... It wasn't... It's not a planned bomb for it. But since Bumpers out of position, Super gets the shatter onto these. So then they die to the Diva Bomb. So it wasn't a planned bomb, no. It just happened because Bumper was out of position and not being able to protect his team.
Choikoven drops in that. Oh, again! Choikoven found 2 with his self-destruct. It's getting a bit ridiculous now, but again.
So yeah, it's almost kind of like.
Oh, it was another shatter from Super.
Luck, but
it looked like the shock were done
Super used the shatter because Bumper wasn't there to block it.
Because Rascal was there and still fighting.
Super's got to be close to some kind of record for shatter stuns.
But Vancouver now is coming up. Shock had to invest a lot of freaking ults in that.
Compared to Bumper's 10.
They do have they'll probably trance engage. There's bomb coming over the top. That's such a pretty good bomb, but they just couldn't follow fast enough. I think that was a little bit premature. Shatter onto Rascal. I don't know if they can get the finish off. They can't. Sancho's getting low. We have the beat. Still haven't been able to kill anything. They need DMAC Choi on point. Sinatcha gets the grab off. Grabs on either side. Ooh, Rascal down. Super looks for the shatter. Oh, that's... That chance could have saved him.
Kings Row compared to Bumper's 10.
Oh shit, that's way
It's
too
been
far.
phenomenal this whole series.
Then that's a B shield back up again, but here come the Titans. Rascal is knocked down, and you can see the rest of the
So
shot
great,
trying to
so it's a
keep
good-
away from Rascal. They keep him alive at least, but now he's a transcendent.
This right
Sinatcha.
here.
He's going to be the first cab off the rank, the first
And they
target
push out. Yeah,
for
that's
the
freaking
Titans.
huge
Still,
boop.
Vancouver find nothing. Now they go for the sound barrier. They need to find a
Which
kill.
probably shouldn't be
Vancouver,
playing
they
this
haven't
close to
really
the
got
edge
advantage in this
anyways.
fight yet.
And the shock just spreading out. Choyoba.
Choyoba gets the Megman. They need to do more than that.
Yeah, where-
Suba's going to be gunned
how
down
does he
here.
get
Rascal is
booped?
put out on his own in front of the entirety of the Titans roster. Super, Violet, Sinatcha, they have to stay alive. They knock Johnny to the ground, and now another transcendent.
Yeah, there's no reason for him to even play. You always want to be play. That's why all the teams are playing on this right side, because of the boot potential. Like, there's no reason for him to even rotate on this side with trance. Like, he's just trying to keep his whatever team up, whatever. So he can just trance whatever this side and be like completely okay with that. So I think it's like a miss position by Violet, and then because he's out of position, Slime gets the easy like knockoff. Yeah, because of that they couldn't survive through anything.
And the Titans, they will take this all the way. 3 apiece now in this best, or first to 4. And you can't ask for much more than that. Maximum Overwatch for you all today, ladies and gents.
Maximum
And
Overwatch.
you can see the frustration on Sinatra's face. He wanted it to be done. But there's no way the strongest team from the regular play of stage 1 is going to let you do that, so they have the series locked up completely. This is a first to 4.
Feel like they're right on the edge. They feel like
It is possible.
a little bit more towards their
All right.
side. But you see point A is right here.
Let's
on
go,
the
last
screen.
map.
It's very difficult to get to this point. We see a lot of teams, sometimes get held before there. They make it through. You kind of go through the canals around to point B, and then finally at the end of the map, that would be where point C is.
All
to
right.
complete the map.
Blizzard Arena. It all ends here on Rialto. Only one of these teams can be a stage 1
So it's like,
champion.
how, dude?
Shock start on the attack.
The Shock 3-0 on Rialto. The Titans 2-1.
So this is interesting that they're not going with the Rhine Ghost. They're going with the Winston on this defense here. It can work because as long as Bumper can like, he used the high ground, you can like zap them, you can get the touch, and then now they'll probably bubble him and he can jump out and use high ground again and just gain the free damage. What Super's gonna want to do is just kill Monkey every time he's gonna touch, because he's gonna be the one that has to get the touch, and just keep pressuring him off.
The game, they ended up losing
So there's
on
this
this
jump
map.
to get out.
But they've had the series pretty much in question when we've gone to Rialto in the past.
That's
so.
right. When Vancouver get to Rialto, normally they have the series.
We're trying to do as much damage as they can. Violence because you're getting really low.
On the low ground there, Slime's looking to do some damage here, but so far this aggressive defense has looked
Also,
okay
it's a very
for
good
the
boop.
Titans. They have lost 2 support players though. That is going to force them, even if they win this fight.
Yeah, so this
it's gonna
high ground
force the
is
Titans
really,
to play a little bit more
really good
passively.
play by
Yes, Maul's just trying to dance around the
Bumper
card.
here
Oh,
with
he
the
got to
Winston.
line.
That's huge. One-man army. Moth even gets away with the act. Now the Titans are a little bit, I think they're a bit sweaty after that one. Bumper will have to return to base.
So they'll have to back up, and then also Slime now has to wait, as he spawned up a little bit ago, but he has to provide the speed boost here to Twilight to get him back in the action.
Janu, no one knows he's there. He's looking to just try and knock
So Sumisu's getting his grab. They're gonna probably look for the grab engage here, because they know they don't have any of their support. Also, there's the grab. They don't even have any. They don't have any follow up for it though. This Bumper got super low.
Yes, they managed to hold the shock together in one place, but they don't get rid of any of their players. And now Somitsu is down. This is where the shock
Wow.
comes to build up a little bit more
Oh,
momentum.
Janu, huge heat on Sinatra's grab. Now they have to look to get on one of the supports. Trance is out now.
Struck though from Janu. Doesn't follow up nearly as nicely. And although Sinatra's ultimate didn't quite work, he is still charged up, and now he is doing work.
They have to get the touch on the point. Smile's going down.
And the shock will win this fight.
Yeah, if it gets up to the point now where it's like tank versus tank, then Bumper just has to swap off to the Ryan because his high ground doesn't really help you here anymore.
Here to switch off of the Winston and go to Reinhardt, which he does.
Yeah.
Fortunate here for the Vancouver Titans, his super had just used his Earth Shatter, so not going to have any type of advantage in building that ultimate. You leave Choi open here on
Is
the
Levy
card,
still with
start
SF
moving
Shock?
the
Yeah,
payload.
he is.
As the
He's
Shock
just
wanna
benched
push
right
up,
now for
they know
Violet.
they're so far ahead in terms of Graviton Surge ult charge that Sinatra's going to have a second one here.
It's crazy how quickly you
So now since Super 8 uses, yeah, they're on the both Ryans have the same ult charge. That's actually a really good grab by Sinatra here. Yeah, that was really good.
And the San Francisco Shock just used
And now he builds his
very
shatter up
clever
into the
position
grav.
to circumvent the most difficult part of the map.
And they don't have to use their bomb on top of you either, so that's like the max value out of their grav.
And the Shock have bypassed it.
And because Vancouver support ultimates, they work on that line of sight. So when the players are around the corner, if you were to use a sound barrier, it doesn't connect with the players on the opposite side. So you may have only connected with like half of your team there. That's why you don't see them use any.
Well, man, the Vancouver Titans, they're mad. But Tommen still doesn't have another Graviton Surge. But the Titans are still pushing forward with whatever they have, though. And Choi Kobe is trying to survive.
Titans are getting close to their combos. Choi bomb over the top. Oh.
That's a hole in one.
That was a good bomb.
He still didn't have his Graviton. Now with one play, unless the Titans should definitely be
Good block by
a little bit more now.
Super there on Bumper's shatter.
And
they have to get the touch right now.
Sinatra is ready to rumble and he's charged up and he gets yet another Graviton Surge. How many is this guy going to get? He pushes now into a Graviton from the side of the Titans. The Shock have almost got this checkpoint now. Scant meters remain. And there it is, they got it.
And this is so good for the Shock. As this is such a hard map to finish. We rarely
Shock are rolling through this.
Around 39%. They finished
the
map. The Shock have steamrolled through the first 2 points. About 4 minutes left in the time bank. They're in a very good spot here. You do have ultimates coming online here, though, for the Vancouver Titans. They're going to have Earth Shatter, big transcendence here for Twilight. They have the ultimate advantage coming into
So let's see if Super can build his shatter off before. Once Raz gets his rally, he's probably they'll probably do a rally engage here.
At least over the payload, so the Shock have to be a little bit more careful as they approach. The Shock do need to walk up through a tunnel. Either this one here on the right or the other one. So now they try and take the Titans by surprise.
The trans.
Themselves to quite a narrow aperture here, and they get caught in the Graviton Surge.
There's the grab, but
Is there a charge? Bumper misses the charge. He was trying to find a kill, but then he goes for the shot.
he gets the shatter. Wait, did he get booped by a rascal or did he miss the charge?
Again, getting some control at least over the payload.
He just completely missed that charge. That was not planned. And then since they all came out and then Super wasn't there, he ended up being able to capitalize with the shatter there. But that definitely was not planned. Just the grab. Okay, so he does get boots, misses the charge, and so then they all push. He gets the big shatter. So he makes the most out of it, but yeah, that wasn't meant.
It's almost as if Bumper like fakes a charge. The rest of the Shock just don't respect that he's behind him, and then he shatters.
It was a huge shatter.
That is also
like 4 players.
That is how Super led the Shock to victory in a tiebreaker match over the Seoul Dynasty, right? To get into the playoffs or to get this seeding. So enthusiasm curbed on the side of the Shock.
So now Shock has a pretty good ult advantage here. Sancho should probably build his grab up in time. They can do a grab combo. Super can probably, since Bumper just used his shatter, Super's probably going to be super aggressive with his right now. And probably look for a shatter play. Because Sinatra still needs to build up his grab before they can do a grab bomb combo.
The Shock definitely need a good grab. Or a shatter, as that may be. And Super has hit a colossal.
So he just wanted to push him off. Now they get the free cart push. Presses forced to hold shield up here. Now he has to kite back. Yeah, they needed to have taken an engage there. Now they're just getting off the free cart push.
And this is, dare I quote it, free real estate for the Shock. They're able to force the Titans.
Yeah, now it's going in like one fight territory here. So now they have a grab bomb for free. Oh, he's out of mech. Toast the grab. There's the bomb coming in. Actually get both bubbles because there's another follow-up. Bumper getting really low. Oh, both shatters comes out. Sinatra gets taken out.
Very important plays being removed from either side, but that's a pick and a half. Violet fighting Twilight there. The Shock really needed that one, and now we're into the final moments here. Huxal up in that right-hand corner. Super trying to keep him out of position, and now it's time for the Titans. Can they stand and deliver?
Yeah, well, they're not gonna build the.
Bumper goes down without a word, without a whisper. It was just a whimper.
They have nothing really coming when they grab. Actually, they might actually be able to. Oh no, they might come Diva. They get the trans. They can survive bumper YOLO charge. Doesn't connect.
Twilight Transcendence is over, and Zorminsu is caught in a grab. An attempt at the Doomfist now from Huxal. He's known for that character, but this is not.
Yeah, they come out on the Doomfist just to try and get the pins. So it's like max stall and then Doomfist select, because there's so many little like corners and stuff. If you get lucky with like one knock or something like that, Doomfist can just like one shot a hero. So that's why they come out on Doom.
Steps left for them here, and that attack has set them up for it, Matt. Shock finished the map with a minute to go. We'll be back with Vancouver's attack after this.
Yeah, capping on Rialto is actually pretty freaking hard with time. Like the third point is so heavily favored in defense.
This stage 1 final, they are at the mercy of the
Super crazy is a lot higher than people realize. Yeah,
the Shock finished the map.
So he's playing pretty well.
Have a minute in their time bank. This is not overly common. It is rare for teams to finish Rialto, let alone with time to spare.
And on the defense here for the Shock, Super will be running Reinhardt instead of Winston. So you saw Bumper on the other side run the Winston, a little bit more mobility. Going to be opting for that straight Reinhardt composition.
Remember the Titans, though, they are still in a great spot to take this all the way here.
Oh, no, he's going for the
They've
boops.
Just started on the attack. They get through these first couple of checkpoints relatively fast. It'll be the Shock who starts.
So again, they'll probably push out cart and then they're going to rotate top. You don't really want to take a fight in this corner unless they give them space, in which they gave them space for free. That was. Who was out of position to let him do that? So was Super not holding close enough? I think Super might not have been holding close enough, because if Super matches and meets them right here in this corner, then it doesn't give them free space to push up or anything, and then it forces them to try and come through the top. But let's see. So Sinatra gets half and alone. Okay, so they see Sinatra out in the open, and they just hard speed on Sinatra because he's overextended a little bit. Okay.
Killing Isaiah right at the start of a round is huge.
It's actually pretty
pretty
easy choke on to hold, so they kind of just, that was unfortunate. They just got punished for being out of position, but that's what they can do.
One more fight to decide point A.
Yeah, Shock already put in a compromising position early on this attack. Rascal. Just taking 5 there. You notice he was a little low on health.
We're getting the bubbles, trying to push in. No bubbles on either side. Troy goes down, now they can just pressure Super free. The chance comes out by Violet. Super does have his shatter. Finds it on Zen. Is there any follow-up though? No.
Still no kill as a result. The Vancouver Titans look indomitable right now, and the Shock look like they're playing with pool noodles.
Yes, the Shock put up really no defense there.
Simon C, dude.
On point A, Vancouver just steamrolls through them. 4 minutes and 50 in the time bank to get from A to B. Side. This one looks like Vancouver, when they were the aggressive team-ish, they look so strong. It's when Super and the San Francisco Shock, they get aggressive and push them back. That's when Vancouver.
See, they're taking the high ground. They want to try and push off. Try and push them off the high ground. Looks like Super's gonna drop. I don't know if this is the. I guess they want to try and meet him under the bridge, but they have their grab combo. They're probably gonna. They're coming up on 6 ults. They're probably gonna look to only snowball with grab combo here, grab bomb, and then if they get a recontest, then Bumper can look for a shatter. But they probably want to keep the momentum going, so they're probably gonna look for these 2 ults, because they don't. Actually, they probably can just grab without even needing bomb, because they Zen doesn't have trance. but they might just bomb on top of it to be safe. But wouldn't surprise me if they just use grab here.
Fed up now with the fun and games. Bumper got knocked down to the low
Oh,
ground there.
Bumper
Perhaps that
uses
was
shatter.
intentional, but either way, there was no one from the shot
Nobody home.
to be made
There's the
susceptible
grab.
to that Earth Shatter. Super shield is low, though, it needs to be careful.
Got the
Bumper's
beat,
hoping
but they
for a
didn't
charge, but Moss
have them follow. They're all
perfect timing
back.
on that sound barrier. It may not be enough still
Super's
to
getting hard
keep
pushed.
Bravo, and it isn't. Sinatra
Sinatra's
also
grab
caught
comes
up
out.
there. This is all going wrong for the shock, man. Everything going in favor of the Titans now. And look at
Yeah,
how
I
they
was,
use this momentum.
down a
Saves
little
full of
bit.
wind and full steam ahead.
Yeah, I mean, the Shock don't put up a really good fight here. Potentially one more fight.
I think that grab was worth, since you're already down a couple.
I don't think I've seen
above 5 minutes.
Have you seen a Rialto so fast this stage?
No.
If I have, they've been rare. The Shock need to find that defense.
Just any stop in general.
So we're getting close to another grab here actually. Super getting caught out. Bomb by John right over the top. Super freaking good. Yeah, Shock they don't even have any of their ults coming up. Super has to try and hit a good shatter here, if he can even build it up in time. So they're gonna probably engage with rally. That's what translate. Super has to look for a shatter here. Bumper does have a shatter as well. So it's gonna come down to if because they're gonna chance the grab, and then it's gonna come down to who gets the bigger. If Bumper can get the shatter off on Super, or Super block and then gets his shatter off.
In the time bank.
So to see if Super can stay alive till then. They're just chancing the grab. Bumper gets the good pin on the Rascal here. Bumper gets a shatter. Nice. Super counter shattered, but the chance keeps everybody alive. Can't do anything. Yeah, they just got snowballed with ults pretty well.
Just when it looks like the Shock have pushed the Titans all the way, they dig deeper and find something special that we've never seen before.
That was a haymaker of a round. As you know, the Shock, they're so excited to finish the map with a minute in the time bank. Vancouver's like, watch this. They finished
Watch
the map
this.
with 4 minutes and 26 seconds.
Yeah, that's freaking insane.
Almost a minute faster than the previous record.
They wondering while yelling, of course.
The
not
Shock
only is
are
this,
lost right
I
now.
mean, again, you're young, you're momentum based. How much of a blow does your mentality take where you actually feel good about how fast you finish the map, and then the Titans turn up and make you look like fools?
And take a look at this. Johnny self-destruct, launches it into the back.
And this is opportunistic, by the way. This is not...
Yeah, that was a good stun.
It's not part of a combo necessarily, but Huxel identifies, if I shield bash into Super right now and knock him down...
So it looks like they're just gonna run the Rhine up. They don't want to do the Winston.
So that was very much on the fly for the
So the
Titans.
reason why they don't run the Winston on here is because for Rhine you need to be able to block shatters and keep it. You don't want to get snowballed. So you want to play with Rhine, be able to block his shatter and as well try and make your own shatter as well. So the Winston doesn't really give you that much value. And they probably, since they tried it on the first round, didn't work very well with the class, so they're just sticking with the Rhine.
It's their turn to find something truly special to mirror what we saw from the Titans, but they only have 1 minute. 1 minute on this map. The composition doesn't really...
Let's see if any Lucio boobs happen. No Lucios want to try and do that.
We've always seen from them.
And that push from Vancouver is just unreal.
So since they're on the high ground, we'll probably see Shock pushing main and then trying to rotate high ground probably. If they can. Oh, there's... Oh, Vancouver is hard pushing in. Numbers really low, has to kite back.
And look at them, they look so confident. Imperious almost. Johnny does get DMA'd
Both?
as well.
Both
It's
divas
going
demacked.
to be tough for the Titans to mitigate oncoming damage, but there's 20 seconds left. The
Snatch
Shock
a
need to get as
half.
far as they can with this little amount of time.
Super's already at 70% on his shatter
So far,
though.
that payload is not moving. Bumper is keeping it contested by walking up and around the corner.
So this is really good position by Bumper, just playing this corner here. That's why it's really hard to get it past. But Super is getting close to his shatter here. They have
This is where it begins. Both Violet and Twilight are
probably playing for rally. Once they get rally, hard engage. Super look for shatter.
but eventually the fight will begin. And Bumper, if anyone else will try to start it
The
off,
Super's
Super
low.
just ate a fire strike that went through his shield.
Oh, Bumper's trying to get his grab now.
Graviton Surge now gets
The grab gets...
They go for a desperate transcendence, Violet trying to keep his team alive. And the sound barrier as well. Everything for the Shock just to stay in this one. Twilight goes down. Super charges him up against the wall. That's what the Shock are looking for here. But Janu's mech getting taken down by the self-destruct. The Shock may have found their opening. Rascal is down, but the Shock is still fighting.
Let's see.
Janu's removed. Bumper's down.
What happened
The Shock
here?
get over the first hurdle, man, but it's not over yet. And because we're in aggressive here, but eventually the fight will begin. And Bumper, if anyone else will try to start it off, their Super just ate a fire strike that went through his shield.
So grab comes in, Shatter's blocked. Bumper goes for a pin, misses, gets knocked farther back into the team. B comes out. I guess Slime's gonna counter with B right now.
Team alive, and the sound barrier as well. Everything for the Shock just to stay in this one. Twilight goes down.
Yeah, that's a good pin by Super, get him down.
That's what the Shock are looking for here. When Janu's mech getting taken down by the self-destruct, the Shock may have found their opening. Rascal is down, but the Shock is still fighting. And
Yeah.
Janu's removed. Bumper's down.
I think they put they grabbed on the opposite side where it's hard for the team to get value, so Bumper has to go behind the payload, look for the pin. That's kind of like LOSing a bunch of like the Zen damage and stuff like that, so then it kind of puts you at like a disadvantageous spot because like you're playing into them now because like their support's going to be, you know, kind of far back and like together, and then you have to go past the payload to even get damage in and stuff. So they try to make an aggressive play, but ended up turning not in their favor because of like the whatever, the one missed pin and not being able to have like the follow-up damage because you guys, they were really split and not playing as a team.
The Titans gonna get another fight.
And if they leave the payload, that bar will quickly dwindle down. The longer they've been on in overtime, the quicker the bar dwindles. Basically, the Shock cannot leave the payload for any reason.
So let's see this fight. Super has a shatter. Bumper not even close, so let's see where Bumper's main. Super maybe might get the shatter on these two. Bubble is out now, so you know bubble usage is not, no more bubbles. You have free shatter if you can find it. Yeah. Super has to look for a shatter. They have nothing else, and Vancouver just has to try and maybe play for like grab bomb.
Right now, they're forced to fight here. Super pushes ahead.
There's the shatter. Oh, it doesn't find anybody. That's unfortunate. Bumper's low though.
But Violet goes down early. Sinatra's next. Is this the final stand from the Shock? They get ground down. Super's missing. The Shock are down to just 3 players. Rascal now missing.
How does Sinatra get taken out here?
It's just too much for him.
We're in overtime of the entire map. They won't get more. Keep at least one player. Fight.
And if they leave the payload, that bar will quickly dwindle down. The longer they've been on in overtime, the quicker the bar dwindles. Basically, the Shock cannot leave the payload for any reason right now. They're forced to fight here.
So just playing on the ground. Oh, so yes, he's forced to go in from the bomb. And they're just hard, yeah. So they just hard focusing. Okay. Yeah, Sinatra can even get his grab off.
Spot has to keep things going, but he can't. It's just too much for him. And that is where the San Francisco Shock's attack journey ends.
Paid actor, paid actor.
It's simple. Just get further than the Shock did there. And
they have over 4 minutes to cap first.
Looking at our stage champion crown in just a second. Don't go anywhere.
No, we don't want to watch a break.
The first fight, they kind of.
Oh, here we go.
Neither of these two teams displayed at all through stage 1. But you can't argue with the facts. The Vancouver Titans have 4 minutes and 26 seconds, a heck of a lot of time to get just only a portion of the way through the map, man. It is close.
Any Reddit Lucio boops? Nope.
They basically
Unlucky.
just have to make it to checkpoint A.
Oh, Rascal looking for the flail though. Respect it.
On Rialto though, before this checkpoint, the Shock pretty much have 2 fights to do it. If they lose the first fight, they kind of have a fight underneath the tunnel by the choke. It'll be light though.
The Shock don't want to take an early fight here. They want to
yeah,
their
this
last stand fight.
Holding this spot's like the best because you have them. You can contest payload. You forces them to push themselves out in like the super bad, like disadvantageous spot. If their Ryan tries to push really close, you can get a free, like an easy pin, which doesn't like put you out of position because it's right here. So holding this spot is way better than trying to hold close, because it lets your team be like way more safe because your supports can just shoot from so far back, and it forces them to like rotate to high ground, which looks like they're gonna do.
And let's see how they decide to play this. Somansu now up on the high ground. We do see teams trying to get the Zarya up on the high ground, get them charged, just put some pressure down. Interesting for the shot. They have to rotate around underneath.
Oh.
They didn't expect this though.
Bumper wants to fight. He loves fighting in close quarters.
Bumper dropping down a little bit. I think he went a little too aggressive there, because while his team was still going down, he could just held shield and then went for the play, but he drops down and just holds mouse 1 and then gets punished for it, since his whole team wasn't ready to drop yet.
And I wonder if the Shock have an idea that Bumper has to shatter.
Oh, Shatter on the Rascal actually doesn't connect. Good beat to keep everybody alive.
He's going to keep everyone on the Shock pretty much immune from dying for that period of time. They need to continue this fight though, and
Sinatra has his grab now. Sinatra has a free grab since Twilight has no chance, so.
And where the payload is, you're not going to get this second fight I was talking about. This is going to be a one-fight territory. You can see Somansu's screen.
Yeah, it's going to come after he gets the better grab here. But Violet does have his chance. Oh, slime. Just the grab. Counter on the grab. His bomb. Oh, that was like a second too late on the charge there.
They're gonna hold.
He comes back. He redeems himself by booping Bumper off into the river, and there's no gondola big enough to fit that man in it. And somehow the Shock stay in the fight.
And this gets dangerous though for Vancouver, because you use a lot of ultimates in that fight. You'll come back.
Yeah, both teams are pretty
if you use both of them,
low on ultimates here. They'll probably use Twilight, probably Trance Engage. That's the only thing that they have, because they know that they just use support ultimates. So there's a Trance, they engage, connecting. Super got caught out. There's the Shatter from Bumper, and yeah.
And the Vancouver Titans stand on the precipice. They say the North never forgets, but now the North will never be forgotten. And the Vancouver Titans take what was promised to them.
And the confetti goes everywhere.
They will be the Vancouver Titans, your stage 1 champions.
GG. Hey, let's run on stage.
No stranger to victory and championships for this team, but this match, this is just something special.
That was a good series.
Something a little different.
I think Bumper got outplayed by Super. I think Super freaking hard carried. His freaking team's car gives no fucks. Yeah, I think Super still got the better of Bumper though throughout that match. I think Shock had plenty of opportunities to like win a bunch of maps, but they didn't use like their combos really well. They kind of like wasted grab a lot. They didn't combo it with the Diva bombs, and then didn't follow up on Super Shatters. Yeah, Super Bible thump, dude.
It's an epic match. I mean, the Shock played Vancouver better than anyone we've seen.
But he freaking did really well. Super couldn't carry dead weight. Yeah, Super definitely showed himself on this in this freaking match. But it was super close back to back. He just ended up having like those small little like mistakes and like missed like opportunities on like ults. Because if you in like Overwatch, like if you mess up like an ult, then you kind of put yourself at a like a whole ult disadvantage, making it hard to like stop momentum. So I used but can I execute? Yeah. That's exactly what happened. But yeah, there we go. There's the finals. Now we have to go on to stage 2, and hopefully it's something other than Ryan versus Ryan Goats. Maybe we see some DPS come out, dude. Maybe some Hammond, Winston for sure. But I guess we'll find out then.